This is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Don.
I was fighting with obesity. You
were losing.
Hahn.
John, Peter, thank you. Alan, I hope you make the team.
And Rosenberg.
Richard, have you ever heard of Brazzers?
No.
This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
3 o'clock in the big city. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg take you up until 6:30, and then the red-hot Knicks play host to the Denver Nuggets in MSG. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. Very similar to yesterday in the sense that it's a little bit warmer. Not warm per se, but a chance for the snow to melt a little bit. Sun's out. Guns out.
Guns, I knew it.
Right?
I knew
like
the guns
that?
were out.
You like that?
I'm wearing a quarter zip.
And here
so
it is.
know.
Not a big day in sports, but one of the local football teams have a new OC as the Jets welcome in Frank Reich. And I think Jet fans are kind of excited because, unlike Nagy, this one is a little sexy because we know Frank Reich. We've seen Frank Reich. He's coached. He's done successful things in the NFL as a quarterback and an OC. And now he's with the Jets. And the Knicks, a topic of conversation as they win again. 7 straight. They'll try to make it 8 in a row tonight. We've got lots going on. Alan, how are you? I talked to Peter already, so I wanted to say hello to you.
Oh yeah, no, I miss you guys again. I'm in exile here in the audio room at MSG as the Knicks play a back-to-back. We love those, and I didn't get any hand emojis on my way in today, despite sitting in lots of traffic. So no hand emojis today, which is sad.
No heart emojis, you mean? Yeah.
Well, I'm like, when emoji using your hand. There was the prayer of please let me into the lane, and then there was the heart emoji of thank you for letting me in. There was none of that today, so New York was back to being New York.
New York was back to being New York.
Yeah. That's where we're at. But you know what? The NBA trade deadline continues to percolate with some mild but yet interesting moves. That's all it is. It's just mild but interesting moves. That's all we keep seeing. James Harden finally did land in Cleveland, and that's one. There's just smirks all over the league about how James just give him credit. He gets his money. He gets what he wants all the time. And then the Anthony Davis one.
And this is serious. We have an Adam Schefter bomb.
A real
Schefty bomb.
Something just happened?
Are you ready for this?
Is this real?
It is. I double checked to make sure it's real.
No, is it like am I actually going to care?
Yeah. What's the level of care?
Peter's not going to care.
Oh, okay.
Alan's going to care. I care.
What?
And Anthony Pusick is going to have to sleep on his back.
So why would I not care?
Panarin got traded?
Yes. Adam Schefter.
Got the Panarin trade?
The Los Angeles Kings have acquired standout forward Artemi Panarin from the New York Rangers in exchange for a conditional third-round pick and prospect Liam Greentree per me and Emily Kaplan.
Wait a minute. Wait. I was kidding, Don. That's a real thing?
It's real.
Shefty breaking hockey news.
How about that? You know what? Today is the day. Officially, it's been 4 years.
Yeah.
Today is officially the day.
Yeah.
Where the NHL and ESPN are officially now together.
It has to be.
That Schefter is breaking news on hockey. Forget about the Stadium Series. Forget about 2 Stanley Cup finals on ABC and ESPN. This is the day it all be together.
I can just smell the annoyance from every national hockey person that exists as Adam Schefter breaks the trade news.
Great.
How you feel about this? Is this great news?
No, listen, we knew he was going to get dealt, and I had a feeling he was going to go to a Western Conference team. A conditional third-round pick and Liam Greentree is not exactly something to get you overly excited, but he was going to be a free agent.
So Anthony's not sleeping on his back.
Right. I was trying to give a hint that Anthony cares.
I think he cares a lot.
But the fact that they weren't going to bring him back, and you got something for him, but it's not that big of a deal unless Greentree becomes the next big special player in the National Hockey League. But
it's them continuing to move on, Don. Right?
No,
it
wasn't going to. Listen, they weren't going to have it sit for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
The NHL right now, I think it ended at this moment, 3 o'clock, was the roster freeze for the Olympics. Even though there are games tonight and tomorrow, you can't trade anybody, no transactions until after the Olympics are over. So the feeling was he wasn't going to sit there in limbo, not having a team until they came back on February 25th. So the feeling was it was going to happen today. I'm just shocked it was Schefter.
Well, did you see the alert, Emily Kaplan? She has, again, she has the detail. Panarin has been traded to the Kings per me and ESPN's Adam Schefter.
What is this? Can someone honestly explain how this happens, though?
Because
Schefter must have heard it through one of his sources and brought it to light. And Emily confirms it, and there you go.
it's interesting.
But I just don't understand it.
Well, because Schefter has a lot of connections, and you understand.
Just people
too.
he's friends with.
Well, it could also involve. There are owners that are same NFL to NHL. There are agencies that represent players in multiple leagues.
Hey, there was a
You don't
time.
know.
There was a time where Jack Kent Cooke owned the Kings and the Redskins.
Yeah,
Yep.
and the Lakers.
And if that happened, well, I was just using it from the relationship of the fact that Schefter might have been chasing a Washington story and then picked up news on this because of the same owner. It probably somewhere along those lines of while chasing something down at the Super Bowl. And the Super Bowl is on the West Coast. It's in San Francisco, not that far from L.A. I mean, he probably picked up on something, and they're all just sharing a story together.
Okay.
So AEG owns any NFL teams or anything like that? No, I don't think so. Right, this is Anschutz, right? So
Yeah, I don't.
No, there's no NFL.
It'll be listen. It'll be interesting one day if we ever have Schefter on. By the way,
Oh, we got to ask him.
that day
yeah.
Panarin got dealt. How did you
How'd you
catch
find
wind?
out?
Because and listen, he grew up an Islander fan because he grew up out there in Long Island. I don't say he doesn't like hockey or that he's a huge fan of it.
Oh, I
He's
think he
probably
does like
very
hockey.
disinterested. He probably
Yeah.
likes hockey.
No, he does.
But he's an NFL guy, and he's covered the NBA. He's done some sideline reporting for ESPN.
Well, he loves the NBA.
and he loves the NBA.
Loves basketball.
But I read his book, and growing up on Long Island, he was a part of the Islander fandom during the 4 Cups or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
no, that was just kind of interesting. So that kind of just broke. I didn't mean to step on you talking about the Anthony Davis stuff because it is
No.
interesting going to Washington, but we got a local
it's
story
not.
with a little flavor.
Let me just say, it's not interesting. It's people going to watch. You know, the only thing interesting is.
it's interesting in its lack of interest.
Exactly. Now, tell me.
Wait. Which are we talking about right
We're back
now?
to AD.
AD.
Okay, we're back to AD.
Tell me real
Okay.
quick, Alan, if my text was off base.
What
When
was
I
the
wrote,
text?
you wrote, Anthony sent the news, and I responded, and just like that, a Hall of Fame career dies. Am I wrong? Will it be quick and it'll end up somewhere else? It seems like now the injury Davis sustained, which basically ruined the time in Dallas and now has led to this. It means like this could be a domino effect where he goes from being a part of something exciting in L.A. to it's just completely over.
He got
I like-
sent to NBA Siberia.
Completely.
Well, I mean, I like the Carrie Bradshaw of it all, the way
Thank you.
did that.
Thank you.
But I can't deny it because of where the mentality of the Wizards right now is not to win. And he has 1 year left. He has now suddenly been tossed around the league a little bit now, right? I mean, he chose the Laker thing. Like, that's what they wanted. But from there now, it's like the Lakers – I mean, I guess Dallas wanted him for Luka. That's kind of what the plan was when Nico Harrison made the trade. But we all know, you know, the guy he's made of paper. Like, he just can't stay in one piece. And he's very expensive right now and 1 year left. He's not going to play. Did you see last night? Trae Young's on the bench. And in Washington, Peter, they put him on the scoreboard to show him to the crowd. He was booed loudly. There were 17,000 people in the building. There was probably 16,000 Knicks fans.
Well, that doesn't surprise me either.
Yeah. And so, you know, that just shows you where the Wizards are right now, where an all-star player they acquired was shown at home on the Jumbotron and was loudly booed. And now they have acquired another superstar player, Hall of Fame talent. And they're not going to see either one of these guys on the court this season. And Trey's got an opt-out, and this guy's AD's got 1 year left before he can opt out. Do they extend both these guys? Do they really invest in that future with those two? So I don't know what's going on there, but you're right. It just feels like they have become the place that you send players that teams just don't really want, and they don't have anything, so they'll take them. They're desperate enough to take them.
Kyle Kuzma, Trae Young.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis.
On paper, it looks like a team that could be, decent.
We just send people there and then in the case of Kuzma, maybe they go somewhere else. And maybe it gets better. Maybe it's the end. It just depends. But yeah, you don't get any sense that winning is something they're thinking about in Washington. It's sad. It makes me sad.
Not this year. They don't want to because I told you about the draft pick thing. They don't want to lose that.
But when is
pick.
the year they get better? It's been. I mean, we pointed out during the meeting they won the division.
Don't give it away.
Okay,
because I want to know if Alan would know the last
but
time.
He heard it. I think he may have heard it.
Did you hear it?
I didn't know. I didn't hear it.
Oh, good.
What were you guys talking about?
When was the last time the Wizards won a division?
A division?
Yes. Yeah. Division title. They've got 8 of them in franchise history.
Well, they're in the same division as Miami, so it has not been recent. I'll go back. Won the division.
You'll pass out.
Early 90s.
No, see, that's what you should think. You should be right.
All right. The other option then, it would be like late 70s.
No.
I will say
late 70s.
I will say
sure.
There's one. The second most recent is 1979. That was the year they went to the finals and lost
second
to
most recent
Seattle.
was 79. Okay, well, what's the most?
Well, here's the one that'll make you lose your mind.
2017.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yesterday. It was yesterday.
Sure. That's when John Wall and Bradley Beal were healthy for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, they had a good 5 minutes.
That was their first division title since 79.
Yeah, okay. And it shows you, I don't even remember it.
Because we were talking about we had the conversation a few months ago, the most irrelevant franchise. The worst franchise. The Wizards would be in the conversation, but they have won a championship since 1978. That's still 9 years more recent than the Jets.
True, but but here's my argument.
Or 10.
The Jets have relatively recent conference championship games they played in.
What are you trying to suggest?
That the Jets are better than the Wizards. I would take the Jets over the Wizards.
You can make that case.
No, I would
you
take the Jets.
cannot make that case.
I'm telling you.
You can't possibly make the case. The Jets, and they're in a dogfight with the Browns. Dogfight. But the Jets, the one thing they have accomplished is being the worst franchise of the 4 major sports.
No,
there's not a worse franchise. Come on.
Because the Wizards,
the
reason
are worse.
I would side with Allen is the Wizards have gone to 4 finals.
The last one was what, 79?
In 79.
Yeah.
That was the last one. That was the year I was born. I'm from D.C. They never went my whole life.
I understand, but the Knicks,
I'm
but the Jets have not returned to the Super Bowl since January of 1969.
But they were on the doorstep twice. The Wizards aren't even invited to the doorstep. I think the second round. When was the last time they went to the second round? I don't even remember that. Maybe,
probably when they played LeBron.
I was going to say against Cleveland, LeBron.
That's got to be like the late 10 in the
the late single digits.
2000s. Yeah, like the 07, 08.
Initial LeBron run. The initial LeBron run.
Yeah, that's Gilbert and all them.
Yeah,
that's probably Arenas
and Crittenton and
yeah, that whole and them boys.
And them boys.
As Stephen A would say. Yeah, I'm going to go with that.
And that would be to the second round.
Yeah, I think that's probably the last
2016 they made the second round?
They're celebrating
the
the
same
10-year
year they won the
anniversary.
division is the same year that they went to the second round.
Oh, it was 2016-17.
Who'd they beat in the first round?
Do you see who they won?
Give me 1 second.
So it was the same year.
It is an
though.
interesting conversation.
They're really bad.
But let's talk about operation. Because you can look at the fact that they didn't get to a finals. As we know, and I'm not saying they're a good franchise. For bad franchises, it's very hard to do, right? But a couple of things that they've done right. Number one, moving back downtown. That was smart. Putting that building there, all that stuff. But I'm saying it's
or
all
98.
But isn't it all inclusive?
2000.
Are we just talking about recently? Because if recently I won the battle. They haven't made the playoffs. The Jets haven't made the playoffs in 15 years. There's no other franchise in the 4 major sports that haven't even made the play. Everybody's made the playoffs.
That
Everybody.
Stat helps you. That stat helps you.
Think of the most pathetic franchise you can think of, and they've made the playoffs while the Jets haven't in 15 years.
But you know what? But here's another thing, is that, and listen, I'm more of a football guy than a basketball guy.
Yeah.
But between the two of us, and I understand their rosters are bigger, I can think of way more significant Jets than Wizards / Bullets.
That's a great call.
Yeah, that's true too. But again,
not a lot of significant players.
What they've done since they had to move on from Beal and Wall, because that's what they were building on. But both those guys couldn't stay healthy. And it reached a point. They tried to pay them. They tried to keep that team together. They had a vibe there for a minute, but it just couldn't take. So they had to move on from them. And by doing that, what happens when you move on from two megastars like that? And remember, Beal didn't want to leave. It took forever for him to get out of there. Finally did, and now you see why. He kind of liked, being able to play under the cloak of bad franchise, not me, until you put him on other teams and realize maybe you were part of the problem.
I think we're looking at it the wrong way, just about championships and playoff appearances. The Washington Wizards are the combination of bad and irrelevant.
That's because the Jets are relevant. Because at least the Jets stayed relevant. They are in conversation.
They've got huge celebrity fans.
Being in New York.
They had Aaron Rodgers.
They had moments where they were capable enough for people to pay attention to. And, you could listen.
People
I can
care
bring
about
up,
them being bad.
And here's the thing. Washington's not nowhere. Washington's a pretty major market. You look at the other teams in Washington, right?
People care.
That people care. Like, even the Capitals, they've won once. They've got Ovechkin. Like, the Capitals have been way more relevant than the Wizards.
The Commanders, when they completely stink, people talk about them.
Yeah,
they exist.
Here's your other thing, though. They're all owned by the same team, the same guy that owns the Capitals, correct?
Yes.
Feels familiar, huh?
All right. So you can't call him a bad owner. He did raise a cup. Hockey team does very well.
Well,
very competitive.
That's almost
right
like
into
the
the Rangers. That gets
conversation.
right into the Dolan conversation.
Well, I mean, the Rangers were good for a while when the Knicks weren't good.
Right.
The Key's been trying to get them good at the same time, which we've seen at times, but not enough. But I'm just saying, like when you look at the Jets, it stinks from the head. The whole thing. Like, that's what makes them bad. And see, Don's right. It's not just about appearances. It's not just about what you see on the surface, which is what we're watching. And I agree with you. The relevancy thing, that does matter because the Jets stink and it's still a story. But it's only that because they're in New York. But I'm telling you, the fact that you could look at the Wizards and say you can't blame ownership. When you look at the Jets, it's the first thing you can blame. That's what makes a pathetic franchise. So I think they still are ranked above the Wizards. If we're power ranking all of the franchises in the four major sports,
amazing.
They have to be above the Wizards. They have to be.
This shows you how sad it is that Allen is adamantly arguing, like, don't take the fact that my Jets are the worst franchise in sports. Don't take that away from me. I need some title.
He wants to have something. Now, you know what I would like throughout the day today?
I need to be at the top of some list.
It's all I got.
I think it could be fun, though, throughout the day, since it is one of those weird Super Bowl week, not a lot going on kind of weeks. If throughout the day you want to call us and make your play on why your team is actually the worst, feel free.
Yeah, because I don't think
fun.
Anybody could argue it better than a fan of that team.
They're the ones who get it the most.
They will get it the most.
Well, the Sabres were there until this season when something suddenly happened. I don't know what it was.
Are they still winning?
Yeah.
They didn't lose yet?
No, well, they've lost, but I mean they're still hot. They're playing exceptionally well. Fired a general manager. Kekalainen didn't do anything. Didn't make a trade, and all of a sudden it just galvanized.
When did they fire the
Kevin Adams? What was that? Like around Christmas?
Okay.
December-ish, yeah.
Late December-ish?
And they just went on a tear. A toot, as Don would say.
Which tells you, getting back kind of to the Knicks and not making the trade for Giannis, the fact that they changed the general manager, he did nothing, probably galvanized that room. Like, I believe in you guys. We don't have to do a thing and start winning, and they started winning.
It's a great
and
point.
Buffalo's going to go to the playoffs, which is going to have the Jets standing alone.
Thank you.
The longest drought in North American sports.
We are the
going to the
champions.
playoffs.
It was
they
the
were
Sabres
tied
and
with
the
the
Jets.
Sabres
Yep.
at 14. The Jets held up their end of the bargain. They made it 15 straight. Looked like the Sabres going to make it 15 straight. The Devils beat them 5-0 on Black Friday. And I was talking to Rob Ray, and he's telling me, this is bad, man. I don't know what we're going to do. And now they're one of the hottest teams. Looks like they're going to the playoffs. So the Jets will stand alone. So we got lots on the table to talk about. One thing on Panarin, though, that Emily Kaplan's reporting, that's the only place that he wanted to go was the Kings. So
Big
that
market
really
LA.
put the Rangers in a tough spot, right? They got to deal him. He's a free agent at the end of the year. They told him, we're not re-signing you. They went in a letter, basically told the world, we're trading him. He only wanted to go to the Kings, so what do you expect? All your leverage completely evaporates. But you had to do it. You had to do it. You're not just going to have him walk for nothing. You're not going to have him, play on a team that's not going anywhere. So that's, if you're wondering why they didn't get the haul you were hoping for, And the Kings, listen, they're taking a chance because they're on the outside looking in for the playoffs. But who knows? They get in.
Well,
they can make some sort of a run with a guy that could really help on special teams for sure.
It's Kopitar's last run too, right? So they're trying to.
He's already announced.
Yeah.
That
so
this
they
will
really
be his
want
last
to get.
season.
They it's like this is their way of saying like, let's give this guy one more run. I mean, they've had some heartbreaks the last couple of years. The Kings couldn't get past the Oilers, right? 2 years in a row. So you can see why the Kings are doing it. But I'll tell you what, Anthony knows this. It's very on brand for Panarin, isn't it? He was about to sign with the Islanders and really preferred to be on the Rangers stage. The Rangers were not in the business at that point of signing a guy like him, but somehow, some way, they figured it out and they brought him in, and that's what he wanted. He wanted Broadway. He didn't want off-Broadway. And so now they're saying, okay, well, we're shipping you out of here. We're kicking you out of Broadway. Where do you want to go? Well, then send me to Hollywood. It's very on brand. That's where he wanted, the big city, the big market, the big glitzy town.
True.
So it says a lot.
But it worked out for both the Rangers and Panarin. It was a very, very good sign. All right, they didn't win a cup, but they went to a couple of conference finals. You can make the case the Panarin goal in Game 7 against the Penguins, probably the biggest goal the Rangers have had since Bateau. Right, that was a big deal. They win the first round series against Sidney Crosby and the Penguins, although Sidney was hurt. But then take that to a conference final. He was a good player here. But it ran out, and now he's a Los Angeles King, and we'll see what can happen there. So that's on the table. The Washington Wizards deal with Dallas on the table. Frank Reich, that's not nothing. They still need a quarterback. But, Frank Reich, that name resonates with people. So he is the OC of the New York Jets.
I think he'll help Glenn. I think that's the most important thing remember Wilkes was supposed to sort of be a guy that, and Glenn admitted this, bring in somebody that has head coaching experience that can help him through some things that you have to know as a head coach. Well, Frank Reich, I mean, he's seen and done a lot, and he has. Now, he wasn't a successful head coach, but he has done it. And I think that's going to help. That's going to help Glenn. And let him just run the offense, stay out of his way. You're going to be play calling on defense, apparently, so you got enough there to keep you busy.
Well, I'd also be remiss while we spent all this time talking about the Wizards to not mention that today Jeff Bezos decided to demand a third of the entire Washington Post be fired, and they've shuttered the entire sports desk.
They made them all get on an 8:30 Zoom meeting this morning.
Killed the sports desk altogether. They're going to keep a few sports reporters who also have to write features.
They saw this coming.
And by the way, I don't really understand the political part of this, so this is not a political conversation. I just don't understand why people as rich as Jeff Bezos buy these things, and their only way of being able to do business is to cut it down and just keep cutting and cutting and cutting, not finding a way to make it profitable in any way. So the Washington Post now, another one of the great institutions of journalism, and as a sports fan, the sports page I read my whole life. Yeah, well, with some of the greatest names, guys. We're talking about some of the iconic sports writing names of all time that have been on that sports page. Yes. Sally Jenkins, it just is Thomas Boswell, iconic names. Michael Wilbon that are now all nothing.
We talked about it a couple of weeks ago when I was in Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, also out of business. I mean, this is just, that's what happens, right? And people aren't reading newspapers anymore. They tried to make it work online. It's hard. You see it. As soon as you see you got to pay for an article, you move on, right? How many times you're on social media, oh, that's an interesting article by when Larry Brooks was still with us, hockey. I go, click on the New York Post. Oh, I gotta pay for it. I'm out.
It feels like a lack of thoughtfulness, though, because YouTube has figured out a way to make people continue to go through ads, even if you watch them for a few seconds and skip ahead. There's money being made there. I don't know why there's no way in the print world to have found a way to make any money.
No one wants to sit, like, again. They
don't want to do it.
The mistake, of course, was at the very beginning, and it's like I remember it in the late '90s when it started to become a thing. And there was a lot of debate in the newsroom about it, is putting your stories online, make it available to your readers, and another way to consume the product. And there was always these arguments about one day this is going to replace the newspaper. And we would say, like, but you want something tangible in your hand. You can turn the page, like you want that. But some papers started giving it away for free, started just posting it online as well. And what happened is people realized, why am I paying for the newspaper to be delivered? I'm getting it in the morning. I don't like the news that happens later in the day. I don't get to read it later in the day. People started saying, why am I bothering buying this paper? And that started to kill the business.
It's just.
And now no one consumes anything that's 500 words, let alone 300 words.
No, they don't want to read. They want to see video of it. They want that interaction.
Yeah, I don't want to read this. Just tell me. Tell me what I need to know. I don't want to read this.
And also, uninventive rich people buy up everything and don't want to spend money. They want to have the glory of owning the thing, but when it doesn't deliver the huge money, no one told you newspaper wasn't going to be the most lucrative business, so all they do is shut it down branch by branch.
But it dies also, and again, this is really behind the curtain. Here's where it dies also. People don't realize this. Advertising is one thing that newspapers made a lot of money on, those big full-page, auto ads and stuff that you remember from back in the day, and the inserts, right? That was always a big thing. But classifieds, nobody needs that anymore.
Yeah, gone.
And that's gone. So nobody's buying up all the little classified, like 3 or 4 pages of classified ads of different things and help wanted and all that stuff. All that stuff is gone now. So the revenue streams that used to be there that propped up so many of these newspapers disappeared with the age of the internet, and they never knew how to make money off of being online, other than charging people for the paper, which no one wants to do, because why would I do that when this newspaper doesn't charge me and I'll just go to them?
There's the story of, hey, it's business, and now it's become a dinosaur. You got to move on, but there's the journalistic side of it too, where that all now gets lost.
I hate it.
It's a really, really sad day to see that come to an end. 1-800-919-3776. Booger McFarland will join us coming up at 4. We got a list at 4:30. We got ENN at 6. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg until Knicks basketball at 6:30 here on ESPN New York.
March the 20th of 2026, there's one place to be, and that place is Pickleball Heaven. Pickleball Heaven. It's a pickleball facility, massive facility, in Medford, New York. We're going to do the show there that day from 6 to 10. Then there's a tournament, and then after we win the tournament, Rick, we'll stay and watch some basketball with the people. Now, the worst part of all this is the name. Listen, I got to participate in Rickleball Madness. What do you want from me?
You're a teammate of Rickleball.
Yeah, right. You're part of the event. You're the co-headliner. If my name was Dave Pickleball, it would still be Rickleball Madness.
I think that's accurate.
I don't want this kind of pressure. I would prefer it be named after you.
No, you don't. You want all the shine.
No, I don't. Call it whatever you want.
Dave's Pickleball Extravaganza.
Sorry, Dave. We're still calling it Rickleball Madness. And it's Friday, March 20th at Pickleball Heaven in Medford, New York. More details coming soon with DiPietro and Rothenberg on ESPN New York.
DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is making every moment of Super Bowl 60 count with DraftKings Live Millions, featuring over $5 million in prizes. Here's how it works. Open the DraftKings Sportsbook app, opt in, and get your promo token. Place a live bet of $1 or more on the Super Bowl, and you're in. And every live bet means another shot to win. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. Bet live for your share of $5 million in prizes with code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY and 467-369. 21 and over. New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Minimum odds minus 500. Prizes either bonus bets or single use 20% profit boost. Max bet $20 that expire in 30 days. See official rules at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos for entry period and free method of entry. Sponsored by Crown Gaming Inc.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Now it's time for traffic and Susie Cerrone.
Hey guys, a really busy Wednesday afternoon. A stalled tractor trailer on the Cross Bronx westbound after Sheridan Boulevard is in the left lane. A stalled truck on the LIE Eastern at 108th Street is in the right lane. Crash on the northbound Bruckner by Pelham Parkway that's got the center lane blocked. Queens, crash on the BQE northbound at Astoria Boulevard in the right lane. In Teaneck, a crash on Route 4 westbound and Queen Anne Road. It's in the right lane. Solid delays from Grand Avenue. We're sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? PCA can help. They're a national nonprofit developing better people and better athletes through youth and high school sports. PositiveCoach.org. I'm Susie Cerrone for 880 ESPN New York.
Knicks fans, it's time for basketball. The action starts tonight at Pig Beach with Team ESPN New York and Ultra. Whether you need a pregame spot or you're looking for the right Knicks bar to watch the game versus the Nuggets, Pig Beach is your destination. The party tips off at 7 p.m. Team ESPN will be giving away plenty of ESPN, Ultra, and Knicks prizes. Join fellow Knicks fans tonight at 3537 36th Street, ground floor in Astoria. Cheer on your Knicks, enjoy Ultra draft and bottle specials and cool prizes all game long at Pig Beach in Astoria.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-783-8822. That's 800-783-8822. Again, that's 800-783-8822.
Happy birthday to Alice Cooper, 78 today.
Wow.
They got a little bit of a surprise coming up in ENN.
No, we'll celebrate.
I suggested it. Hopefully it'll be executed. We'll see.
One of my favorite lines from a movie.
Well, there you go. Keep your thought on that.
I will.
Just a couple other things on the Panarin deal. The Kings or the Rangers retain 50% of his salary, so there's relief there. And then the Kings extended him 2 years, $22 million, so $11 million annual salary for Panarin. So he wanted to be there, the only place he wanted to be, and we've already gotten word that the Devils are done. They got Nick Bjugstad from the St. Louis Blues. The reason why this is not the trade deadline per se, but there was a shutting down of a freezing of rosters before the Olympic break at 3 o'clock today. So whatever deals had to get done before the Olympics had to get done today. No more deals until everybody comes back from Milan, which won't be till the end of February. So that's why we've got some stuff brewing there. 1-800-919-3776. Let's get back to the busy phones, and let's start it off with Bobby. He's at Belmore. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Bobby? Bobby. Going once.
Big Bob.
Going twice.
Bobby.
All right, 3 times a lady. Let's go to Sam in Cleveland. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Sam?
This trade is an absolute freaking catastrophe.
Well, what are you going to do?
I get he's got the absolute, he's got the no move clause and all that. But if you're Chris Drury, you have to get LA to pony up a little bit more. We had to give up more for a rental Patrick Kane, who is also old and not to mention injured at the time. This is an absolute disgrace. An absolute disgrace to the fans. And then the extension is 2 by 11?
Yeah.
We've been told $50 million this entire time. What was the information that we were given for all of this? I mean, this is terrible.
He wanted to go to the Los
Angeles. He needs to get sent to the sun. This is awful.
But wait a minute, Sam. Let me just talk you off the ledge for a second, okay? It wasn't Panarin. It wasn't Drury that gave Panarin the no movement clause. He only wanted to go to the Los Angeles Kings. You're going to lose him at the end of the season. What else was he supposed to do?
You still got to make the trade, but you look at what Rasmus Anderson just did with Vegas and Calgary. It was the same thing. It was a similar situation where he said, I would only want to sign with Vegas, and Calgary was able to get a first-round pick and more picks and, I think, a prospect for Rasmus Anderson. And I get it, yeah, there's a little bit of the age difference and everything.
He's
but
29.
It's the same type of scenario.
He's 29. He's 29 years old. Like it's apples and wrenches. It's not the same thing. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and tell Ranger fans to love Chris Drury. You want to hate him? Go ahead and hate him. Devil fans hate Fitz. You know, that's the way it works when your team's losing. You're going to hate the coach. You're going to hate the general manager. But the one thing I'll say about Drury is he did not give out these no-movement clauses. His team is not good. He is trying to change that. You are not going to extend Panarin. You said it. You put it in a letter. And because he's got the muscle with the no-movement clause, I only want to go to Los Angeles. I'm only going to sign an extension there. And he's of an age right now where, you know what, you're not going to get a lot for him as far as Anderson, who's 29 years old and more productive in his career. Different position. You understand what I'm saying, Alan?
I absolutely understand what you're saying. I also understand that there's a lot of people who are rightfully frustrated with the Rangers situation. I understand that. But to pretend you know more than what he's dealing with right now is absurd. If you want to rant and scream, that's fine. You have every right to do that. But you don't know all the detail then, and Don's giving it to Anthony as well. I know Anthony's probably holding back right now because he probably wants to go crazy. But there are a lot of details and a lot of facts that you can't overlook because your emotions are getting in the way. I totally understand why people are frustrated with Chris Drury. I get it. But to think that you could have done better.
But don't give...
Like, he had control, you didn't. And all you're trying to do is just get rid of him, get him out.
But
That's all you're trying to do.
But don't use the comparison. Anderson, who's a 29-year-old defenseman.
Like I said, Don, we're not using reason, right? We're not using reason. We're just using anger and frustration and just coming up with reasons to want to say what they want right now. This is now going to be the torches and pitchforks for Chris Drury. This is what you know is it's been going on for a year already. And this is not going to stop now until if he's still going to be the general manager here, he's got to figure out a way to rebuild the team where it starts to show, okay, now his work starts to show. But right now, the teardown, it's the hardest part. It's ugly. We should have gotten more. Really?
Well,
what were you going to get more?
Liam Greentree is 20 years old. Right
so
now,
you have no idea what he is.
He's playing in the OHL for the Windsor Spitfires,
which is a good organization.
In 34 games, he's got 23 goals, 22 assists for 45 points. And he plays with an edge. He's got 46 penalty minutes. He's a plus 11.
He's an age-out junior, so he's an older player playing against a lot of younger guys. He's 20, playing in junior. So he's an older guy, age-out junior. So this is it for him. And after this season, he's got to figure it out, whether he's in the AHL or whether he's with the Rangers.
So you got a prospect, you got a pick. All right, but what were you going to say to the Kings? I want more, and the Kings go, no, you're not getting more.
Yeah, exactly. Plus,
and then, by the way, it's 5 minutes to 3, so what are we doing?
There you go, Don. Don, you make sense. But I'm not trying to belittle a fan who's mad.
No, I get it.
You have every right to be mad.
I get it. You should be red hot. I'm going through it with the Devil fans, too.
Yes.
They lost again last night, got shut out. Looks like their season's lost. You know, they're chanting fire Fitz in the building. I mean, people are red hot. Yep. I'm never going to be upset with them being mad. They pay the money for the tickets. They love the team. They're passionate about the team. But you shouldn't suspend logic and reality when you're ripping into these guys.
Well, no. Again, that's why we're here.
Right.
Like the easy thing is for us to do the whole clown show thing of screaming and yelling and this guy should be fired, that guy should be fired, he's out, you could have done this, you could have done that, and have the fans all just nodding going, Don's right, they could have gotten way more. Like that. All you're doing is you're spoon feeding fans emotion, but you're not helping them.
No, every trade.
So you
is
want
about
that?
leverage.
That's not what you're going to get here. You're going to get logic and reason.
Right.
We're going to explain it to you because we know how this works.
Hey, I can call the Dallas Stars. I can call the Colorado Avalanche. I can call the Anaheim Ducks. No, I can't because the guy with the no movement clause only wants to go to L.A.
Exactly.
Yeah,
he had you in a barrel.
But be mindful because everyone with a brain knows that's what it is, and it doesn't make it less annoying. Right?
Oh, I agree.
Right. It doesn't okay, well then maybe you shouldn't have had that clause in the first place.
But
and
Drury
now that you have the clause, you got to find a way to get it done.
Now, but Drury wasn't the one to give it to him.
Was that Gordon?
So he's trying
to deal with what he was dealt.
See, that's the one thing I'll say about Drury. He's made his mistakes. Every general manager has, but he inherited a lot of these issues, and he's trying to clean it up. All the Ranger fans agree. This roster doesn't work. We got to blow it up. All right, well, he's trying to do that, but you got this guy with a no-movement clause. Zibanejad doesn't want to go anywhere. Trouba will only go to 3 teams and then extend it to 5 and then maybe 10. And, it's a really, really, really difficult spot.
Well, you know what could always make you feel better potentially if you're
better?
down? Maybe betting the big game this weekend, because FanDuel is giving people a daily profit boost every day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% profit boost is on the receiving markets. Now, I talked about this.
Yeah.
Who do the Buffalo Bills go out and get?
Tay Diggs.
Stephon Diggs. I like Diggs to score an anytime touchdown. And maybe I'll go over receiving yards on FanDuel as well. Maybe. All you have to do is opt in each day and place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. So whether you're looking at early lines, riding your favorite props, or taking one last swing before the final whistle, FanDuel's everyone's moment this weekend. That's right. Everyone's getting a very special opportunity with the official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. 21 and over, physically present in New York, opt-in required. Bonus issues, non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
That was well done.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very good.
Robbie's in the car. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Robbie?
Gentlemen, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
Well, not so good. You guys are correct. You guys are giving me some reason here, being a disgruntled Rangers fan, about the Artemi Panarin trade. But regardless of that, it just doesn't feel good. It feels terrible.
Yes.
At the beginning of the season, the Rangers said, "Oh, no BS in NY, no BS," and the whole season it's been BS. The whole season has felt bad. And honestly, I feel like this problem goes back even further than, the no movement clauses. It feels like it goes back further to letting go probably the best GM I've seen in, I'm only 30, but the best GM that I've seen in the Rangers history, in Jeff Gordon. The guy, I feel like he made so many good trades and made this team really what it is today. And to let him go back then is just, I feel like it's starting to trickle down, and everything just feels bad. It feels like we're a joke of an organization
well,
right
there's
now.
a few things at play.
Gosh, I feel like I need some better help.
Well, there you go.
He's trying to do a transition
that
for
was
you.
very good. I love the
that would
fact
have been
that
a great transition.
Our listeners are starting to pick up on it too.
Love it.
Here's the deal, Robbie. And it just ties into Panarin. I agree with you. I think J.D. and Gordon had done a really good job. You take a look at what Boston had on their roster when he was there, the job that he did when he went to Montreal. He is a very good general manager, and I think J.D. is a very good president. He's done a good job over returning to Columbus. They had a plan in place after the letter. All that got escalated when Panarin became available. And they signed Panarin, and all of a sudden some decisions started to get made. Instead of being patient, they started to go for it. And they started to make some decisions that now they're regretting. Chris Drury inherited those. So as good as those guys were, some of the issues that Drury is dealing with were J.D. and Gordon's issues. And now it didn't work out. You had a couple of conference final runs. You danced a couple of times. It was fun. And now you got to clean up the mess. Party's over. Now you got to clean up all the broken bottles and vomit. And it's hard to do. So let's see if he can do it. I'm not telling you to be happy. This is a sad day if you're a Ranger fan. It is. You saw it coming, but it's sad. You know what's sad? Your team's in last place in the Eastern Conference. That sucks. But you're going to have to try to clean it up. But I'm not going to tell you to have faith. I'm not going to tell you it's going to be quick. But this is what happens. This is the come down after a great party. Now you got to clean it up.
It's vomit, beer, sticky floors, nightmare.
Right.
But I like we were just talking about this, right? A lot of times when you're a general manager and you have a group that you believe in and you want to see if they can go on a run, you do all the things you can to secure that group together and leave no doubt that this is our core. We believe in you guys. And you say to yourself, I'm not going to be around when, like, if this doesn't work out, I won't be the one having to clean it up. Right? Like, that's what it really becomes. It's sort of trading away all these draft picks to get these players, and if it doesn't work, and you don't get a championship, I won't be the one that has to worry about not having those draft picks in 10 years.
See, that's the point you just made. Yankees went through it, and Jeter's career deteriorating, breaking his leg against Detroit, having to sit there with the money and landlocked by CC Sabathia, by the money that he was making. But you kind of live with it because those players brought you championships, right? All these championship teams eventually have to go through it. The problem here is that the Rangers are going through it. It was a hell of a party, but it wasn't a championship party. It was a couple of conference final appearance parties. So it'd be a little bit different had they celebrated a championship, and maybe it'd be a little bit easier to swallow, but it's hard. It's a tough day. And the thing that really hurts is you hope, but you don't know if it's all going to work itself out. And if it does work itself out, how long will it take for that to happen?
Right.
1-800-919-3776. So much on the table. Coming up at 4 o'clock, we will talk to Booger McFarland. 4:30, I got a list that I curated earlier today in front of Anthony and Jacob.
And God.
And, God sees it all. What a great way to close a segment on Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
March the 20th of 2026, there's one place to be. And that place is Pickleball Heaven. Pickleball Heaven. It's a pickleball facility, massive facility in Medford, New York. We're going to do the show there that day from 6 to 10. Then there's a tournament. And then after we win the tournament, Rick, we'll stay and watch some basketball with the people. Now, the worst part of all this is the name. Listen, I got to participate in Pickleball Madness. What do you want from me?
You're a teammate of Rickleball.
Yeah, right. You're part of the event. You're the co-headliner.
If my name was Dave Pickleball, it would still be Pickleball Madness.
I think that's accurate.
I don't want this kind of pressure. I would prefer be named after you.
No, you don't. You want all the shine.
No, I don't. Call whatever you want.
Dave's Pickleball Extravaganza.
Sorry, Dave. We're still calling it Rickleball Madness. And it's Friday, March 20th at Pickleball Heaven in Medford, New York. More details coming soon with DiPietro and Rothenberg on ESPN New York.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Knicks fans, it's time for basketball. The action starts tonight at Pig Beach with Team ESPN New York and Ultra. Whether you need a pregame spot or you're looking for the right Knicks bar to watch the game versus the Nuggets, Pig Beach is your destination. The party tips off at 7 p.m. Team ESPN will be giving away plenty of ESPN, Ultra, and Knicks prizes. Join fellow Knicks fans tonight at 3537 36th Street, ground floor in Astoria. Cheer on your Knicks, enjoy Ultra draft and bottle specials, and cool prizes all game long at Pig Beach in Astoria.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers?
eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
ESPN is proud to introduce The Handoff, a special 24-hour football event. We take you direct from Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara to SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, the home of Super Bowl 61, coming to ESPN, ABC, and the Walt Disney Company on February 2027. The Handoff kicks off with SportsCenter and SVP on February 8th. And I can tell you that Super Bowl 61 is going to be on Valentine's Day. How about that?
That's interesting.
1-800-919-3776. Pretty cool that we're getting a lot of traction off the Panarin deal. A lot of Ranger fans still.
People love hockey. There's a lot of
very,
Ranger fans out there. Yeah, let's hear from them.
And it is breaking news, so we're going with it. Thomas,
Can I also, quick?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Just real quick, Don. We'll get right back to the call, but there is a trade involving a New York team. The Nets have acquired – this is interesting what they did. They're in a 3-team deal, according to Shams. And the Nets – the Raptors and the Clippers are doing something here. Okay. The Raptors are acquiring Chris Paul. They're not going to play him. They're acquiring his rights, basically. But the Raptors have moved. They've moved on from Ochai Agbaji, who was he was a really good college player, and he was I believe a first round. Yeah, he's a lottery pick, and they're not using. So the Nets acquired him. It's another 6'5" wing for them. They've got 1 million of these young wings. The Nets have. But they have him. I like him. He's a good player. But the Nets took him, and the Raptors are kind of just trying to clear out some space on their roster. So all these moves we're seeing are not about, hey, we made a move to make us better. It always seems to be moves about getting rid of people and moving people.
Right.
And the Clippers just basically got rid of Chris Paul and James Harden. So...
Yeah, it's and more of these because we are now less than 24 hours away from the NBA's trade deadline, and there'll be a major focus on does Giannis get moved as the Knicks continue to win 7 in a row. Not a big deal beating the Wizards; they're supposed to do that, but 132 points is not nothing.
Yeah,
and now we'll see what they do tonight because the Joker's in second of back-to-backs with travel. Not a lot of travel, but travel. So we'll see if that comes to an end tonight. But even if it does, I don't think you should feel any worse about this Knicks team, and especially if Giannis is not moved. So tomorrow, 3 o'clock, and maybe a little bit behind, a little bit after, beyond, I should say, we'll see if Giannis doesn't get dealt. And if he doesn't get dealt, then I think Knicks fans could be cool with that. He didn't end up anywhere. You can wait till the offseason, and now the players all have clear heads.
That's what it's feeling like, right?
It does feel like, especially with some of the major moves we've seen today, it feels like you're out of the woods, but I guess until you get significantly past 3 tomorrow.
Right. It just feels like teams are preparing for the summer now with clearing off some space and getting under the getting away from the apron. There's a lot of strategic moves. These are chess piece moves right now.
Right.
This doesn't feel like setting up for the mega move, but Minnesota's laying in the weeds.
Minnesota already did that, so.
And I'm watching what they're going to do here.
And I think you'll feel better if we get a Shams report tomorrow that the Timberwolves are done.
Right.
No moves, and then you'll probably breathe a sigh of relief if you're a Knicks fan. Let's go to Thomas in New Jersey. You're on ESPN New York. Hi, Tom.
Hey, Don. This is one of those that kind of feels like a kick in the teeth with the way the Panarin saga ended. I mean, we all saw the writing on the wall, read through the tea leaves with the letter 2.0. But the fact that Chris Drury continues to get played like a fiddle with trades, and you can argue, he only wanted to go to L.A. He only wanted L.A. The best you could get is Liam Greentree, who's not really going to light the world up based off his OHL. I'm sure he's 23 goals, 22 assists in 34 games. That's what, about a point and a half.
But
a game?
Thomas, I'll ask again, what could Drury do if he only wanted to go L.A.? Instantaneously, he signed a contract extension there. He only wanted to go to the Kings.
Well, I don't know what you were looking for. What were you looking for?
What were they going to give you? The first-round pick that the other caller mentioned for Rasmus Anderson with Calgary when they made the trade, yeah, because he's a 29-year-old defenseman.
Mm-hmm.
The Kings are a point out of a playoff spot, but I got news for you. The Los Angeles Kings aren't winning a cup this year.
What is it? Like, Don, help me out here. So, in moving Panarin, what are you doing?
Well, getting something as opposed to having him be on your team and then walking as a free agent and you get nothing.
Right. So, there's that. They also got a pick, right?
Yes, a third-round pick.
So
that can become a second-round pick. If
right.
what, Anthony? The Los Angeles Kings make it to the conference
becomes
final?
a second if they win a round. They get a conditional fourth if they win a second round.
All
okay.
Right,
so again, you're looking for draft capital. You're setting yourself up for that. Like what did you think you were going to get? You're not going to get a high level prospect
you think
for
they're going to trade you Byfield? I mean, that wasn't going to happen.
Byfield, although if he doesn't get it going.
I know.
But
I'm just trying to think of a young player.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. That's a good one. But like that's what I mean. Like you've got to look at what you were sending out. An aging asset that was very limited in what he was willing to do. You weren't going to hit a jackpot. What you're doing is you're moving on from some money. You're in the reset mode moment, and the most important thing to do, like don't look at the prospect you got. As I said, he's an age-out junior player. He's doing what he's supposed to do. He's putting up numbers as an older player. But don't look at that. What you have to look at is draft capital as part of what you're going to do going forward. That's what this is about. This is not about rebuilding the team instantly. I've always said this is such the hard part for a front office because you're getting rid of pieces without showing me what I'm getting in return.
Right.
And that's the hardest thing to do when you're trading away known assets and getting back the currency of hope. And I don't know yet, but I know I have a roster spot now for someone else who's going to be younger and help us take the next step. I don't know who that guy's going to be yet, but we're working on it.
And it was a bad situation because they've been sitting on this for 2 weeks, fantasizing about getting a huge haul back. You didn't. But, hey, it's so much easier to be mad at somebody than just being mad. Right?
Yeah,
So you want to face to your anger, and right now that's Chris Drury.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm not telling you not to be mad. I just think that, just be a little bit more logical in your disdain for Chris Drury. We'll get back to your phone calls. Got a list coming up at 4:30. We got ENN at 6. But up next, Booger McFarland, his weekly spot here on a Wednesday on Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
The Knicks believe in this team. That could end up being an excellent assessment, or that could end up being a mistake.
Even if you like this team, would you like it better with Giannis?
Do you believe this team is good enough to win 4 playoff series? If that answer is no, then you should probably look into this.
And if you don't make the move now, he's going to get traded, and then there goes Giannis.
The Knicks, with their words and actions, I don't think we're headed in that direction right now.
Are you trying to win a championship, or are you trying to be a pretty good team?
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
Knicks fans, it's time for basketball. The action starts tonight at Pig Beach with Team ESPN New York and Ultra. Whether you need a pregame spot or you're looking for the right Knicks bar to watch the game versus the Nuggets, Pig Beach is your destination. The party tips off at 7 p.m. Team ESPN will be giving away plenty of ESPN, Ultra, and Knicks prizes. Join fellow Knicks fans tonight at 3537 36th Street, ground floor in Astoria. Cheer on your Knicks, enjoy Ultra draft and bottle specials, and cool prizes all game long at Pig Beach in Astoria.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Smalls here. Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your six figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year one needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, they've seen it all. And they're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, guys, it's
Tully time.
The Knicks are back home facing the Nuggets, with coverage immediately following us here on 880 at 6:30. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. It's Wednesday, and that means it's time for Booger McFarland. I'm Don Hahn Rosenberg. How are you, sir?
What's up, buddy? How we doing?
Good. Back-to-back days, locals have hired offensive coordinators. Real exciting stuff, but that's what you got to do when you have a vacancy.
That's all we got.
Nagy to the Giants, Reich to the Jets. What are your thoughts on those hires?
Matt Nagy. I like Matt. I just want to know what Matt has learned from his time with Andy. I think that's going to be key. Obviously, before he went with Andy, a little bit of, you probably had a little bit of trepidation from there. But, you know, hopefully time with Andy, he's become a little bit more creative, even though he didn't call plays, because Andy calls his own plays. So I like that. As far as Frank is concerned, I think that's the one that probably has a little bit more skepticism, you know, just because, you know, you just wonder his connection with this new age quarterback, and can he, you know, kind of tap into to Jackson Dart and bring the best out of him. So those would be my initial thoughts with those two.
What's your level of excitement? Like, just for general, I'm sorry, I'm going to take us away for the locals real quick. I know we'll go back there, but Super Bowl on the mind. Are you, like, super hyped for this game? Where do you stand? Me saying it as someone who just despises the Patriots, has no interest, and my rooting interest probably being for the Sam Darnold of it all. Where are you at, Boog?
Yeah, man. Like, I don't have a dog in the fight, but, you know, I think we have a clear favorite and a clear underdog. I think, you know, depending on what side of the aisle you like to be on, I think, you know, if you want to pull for the favorite, you clearly have one in Seattle. If you're going for the underdog, you got the Patriots. If you don't like the Patriots because they've had so much success, I think this is going to be a good game from an X and O standpoint, just because I think Mike Vrabel's probably one of the top 2 or 3 coaches in football, and he has the team that is an underdog. So how can a coach that's this good get his team an edge? How does he find an edge? Where does he go? Where does he get the edge? To me, that's going to be key based on everything that I know about football. And then you look at Mike McDonald. Like, he's the guy probably who, if you ask a Baltimore Raven fan, they wish they would have kept, but now he's in Seattle and he's turned them into a juggernaut. They got the most talented team in football. So can he get Sam Darnold to play one more clean game? Because if Sam plays clean, Seattle wins the championship, and I don't think it's that close. But if Sam doesn't play clean and it's a couple of turnovers, then what happens? To me, that'll be a very pivotal key.
It's amazing that still is a thing with Sam, isn't it, Boog? Like, as far as he's gotten with this team, and as well as he played in the championship game, we still keep doing the if Sam, right? And it's so does him winning, and I know I'm stealing this from Get Up because Jeff Saturday and them boys were talking about it this morning. But if Seattle wins a championship, do we stop doing that with Sam Darnold at that point? Is he in the elite quarterback thing, or is he more like the Eli who, when they got to the championship, yeah, he won, but can you really put him in the group of the best quarterbacks in the game?
No, just because you won a Super Bowl doesn't mean you're one of the best in the game. Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. He never was one of the best. Brad Johnson won one. He was never one of the best. So was Joe Flacco. I think what this does, though, to me, this if he wins this Super Bowl, this erases the I'm seeing ghosts. I think you can put the I'm seeing ghosts to bed forever. It's not going to make him elite, but it does take away probably one of the most embarrassing moments he's ever had.
Oh, yeah.
It's such an interesting journey for him. Clearly, he's a different quarterback than he was in New York. And why not? He was a kid, playing on a bad team. Goes to Carolina, doesn't work out there with Rule. Cup of coffee with San Francisco, doesn't play. And then it all comes together in Minnesota. Are you able to figure out where it might have all really come together for him as a player during this maturation process?
Well, I truly believe you learn more in life from your failures than your successes. So he's had an opportunity to go. He failed in New York. He went to San Francisco. He's been to Carolina. So he's seen a lot of places. And, as you get older, man, like sometimes when you come into this league at 21 years old, like you're not ready to be successful. Like you're still learning. It's amazing how we expect a quarterback as a rookie or a second-year player to be a finished product. And, we've seen this position. Guys are playing 15, 16 years. So do you want them to be what they're going to be in year 3 for the rest of their career? Probably not. You want a guy to continue to grow. And I think right now Seattle is getting the best of Sam Darnold because other places, New York, namely, got the worst of him. And so it's been cool to see because I think, sports are a microcosm of life, man. And it's been cool to see Sam have some failures and bounce back, and now the success is in front of him. And, it's kind of like what we talk about, guys, like mentally tough. He is a mentally tough quarterback. He's led the league in turnovers this year, 20 turnovers, but it hasn't fazed him whatsoever. And I think in large part that has to do with how he performed in New York and the New York media. He got hardened with that. I think he's mentally tough because of New York media. And I think regardless of what happens Sunday, Sam is going to be a better quarterback for it.
Now, you brought up the seeing ghosts, and it just feels so unfair, right? Because he was a kid. Why in God's name the Jets would allow him to be mic'd up, considering that he was just a kid at the time?
Yeah.
But I know it was so shocking when it happened, but it was like one of the first questions he answered after he won the championship game. I mean, I still think the butt fumble was way more embarrassing. Are you still surprised that Gaines still has the traction so many years later? What was that, 2019? Oh, we're talking 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a minute. No, because it's one of those classic sound bites of a star quarterback at the time in one of the major media markets in our country. He just says, "Hey, man, like it's an honest moment. Hey, man, I'm just seeing ghosts," and it's a small glimpse into the mind that the fans never get to see because nobody ever really invites you in. How many times have you heard Tom Brady at his worst moment say that? How many times have we heard Aaron Rodgers? Like usually you don't hear that. And on top of that, because Sam is having so much success, we want to paint a picture of where he's come from to where he is now. So I'm not surprised it continues to be brought up. I am happy for him though. I think they're the favorite. I think Sam goes in with no pressure on him because they've won. Think about this. They beat the Rams this year, and I think the Rams are at worst the third best team in football, maybe the second. They beat the Rams, and he had 2 or 3 picks. So he goes into a game knowing I don't have to be perfect, number one. Number two, the game that he threw 4 interceptions, the star linebacker, Ernest Jones, got to the podium and said, "Man, Sam is my quarterback," after he threw 4 picks. So he has the ultimate confidence from his team. He knows he doesn't have to be perfect. I think Sam goes into the game, man, with house money, playing footloose and fancy free. And I truly hope he has his best performance on Sunday because I think if he does, I think he's a world champion.
You think the opposite could be said about Drake May? Does he go in feeling a little more pressure? Again, he's younger, of course. It's like a big spot for him. And he probably has to play really well. Like, he probably has to be the MVP for them to win. Is that true?
Yeah, because if you look at what Drake has to do, Drake has got to perform at a high level. If he does that and hit some big plays, like Drake goes into this game, if Drake May throws for 350, New England has a chance to win. A chance. If Drake May throws for 180 yards, they got no shot whatsoever. And so there's more pressure on him to have a big game than there is for Sam Darnold, because I think if you look at Seattle, Kenneth Walker could have a big game. Seattle's defense could get 2 scores and win. Like, it's, you know, when I judge football or when I pick the team that I'm going to pick, here's the question I ask, and I think I told you guys this earlier this year. How many ways can you win? Like, how many ways can you win the game? Seattle has multiple ways they can win the game. I'm not sure New England has but 1 or 2 ways maybe they can win. Like Drake May has to go off, or like the New England defense has got to play out of this world. Like, I think that's the only way they can win. You know, I don't think New England's going to be able to run the football for 200 yards. And so that's kind of how I go in choosing this game.
Now, just on a personal note, in the McFarland household, you know, Don has zero interest in any sort of halftime show. Where do you stand on paying attention? Are you interested in Bad Bunny? Do you not care about a halftime show in general? How are things in the McFarland household during the Super Bowl?
So, you know, it's funny because I'm going to be standing next to Chris Berman because we got to do NFL primetime right after the game. And so I usually get a little laugh by looking at Boom and seeing if he's ever heard of any of the songs that are being played. And so this will be the first time that I've done it where I'm not going to know any of the songs that's being played. So, it's going to be interesting. I don't know how it's going to come across because, like, typically, you know, and you guys tell me if I'm right or wrong. Typically, like the halftime show, it's a vibe. Like, you want to be sitting there singing along, dancing.
Yeah.
I've never heard of any of the songs that Bad Bunny's singing. So, like, how am I going to sit there and just, you know, how am I going to vibe? Now, if he brings Cardi B out, I'll vibe then. But, I mean, when he starts speaking Spanish, I don't know what he's saying.
I think you're not giving yourself enough credit. I think you will actually recognize 1 or 2 of the songs because they were that big. And I'll say this. I don't think it's truthfully, and I say this as a huge Kendrick Lamar fan, for a big percentage of the mainstream audience, there were barely any Kendrick. He played All Right for 35 seconds. That's like his biggest song. Besides that, and Not Like Us, which he played for another 30 seconds, last year nobody really knew Kendrick's music probably either.
Well, but Kendrick Lamar, I think, at least could say words that we could understand.
Well, yes. I mean, if you do speak fluent English, so you have a better shot at it for sure. But I think you're going to be surprised by the vibe. It's going to be. I'm confident in the vibe.
Okay, I'll be confident in the vibe. I tell you what. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to talk next week and do like a little postmortem.
Love it.
And not only will we talk about the game, we're going to do a little Bad Bunny recap also.
And if you could sneak a little video of Boomer watching Bad Bunny, I think we'd all enjoy that.
That would be great.
I will definitely do my best.
See, like Peter gets on me for my halftime thoughts. I'm a football guy. And this is the biggest game of the year. And we've extended halftime for 30 minutes, which can really disrupt, you know, the momentum from the first half and all that. And I enjoy football, so halftime can be, get some wings, talk about the first half with people. Is that so wrong?
I don't think it's wrong. It's just who you are. I don't blame you.
Wait a minute. Halftime is 30 minutes?
Yeah. Super Bowl? Yeah, it's around 30. Because they do the quick chat. They do the quick chat commercial, commercial performance, which I think is like 15. Yeah, it ends up being around 30.
Yeah, and they got to remove that stage from the field and everything.
All the paid fans pretending they're into the music.
See, Booger, I remember Up With People back in the 80s, you know, and I didn't watch it, but it's the same thing, you know, like whatever. Or the first Super Bowl with that guy flying in the air, which still frustrates me. That was 1967, and we still haven't figured out a way that could be our main form of transportation. Those are the kinds of things I'd rather see.
Well, hopefully Bad Bunny overperforms, because right now I think most of America would rather have Chris Brown or, U2 or Maroon 5 or anybody. I'm just not. I think most of America, if you were to poll America, most people would be more concerned about Bad Bunny than they would be about the VP.
About Bad Bunny than what?
More people will be concerned about Bad Bunny than the performance of either team.
That's interesting. Well, it is one of those Super Bowls, right? Where, like, if you don't like the Patriots, you hate the Patriots.
Right.
And the Seahawks aren't a huge national team, right? You're either Mina Kimes and this is your team, or Macklemore, and this is your team, or you don't give a rat's ass about the Seahawks. So, yeah, you know what? It's not a bad take, Booger, that a lot of people will have a strong opinion on halftime. Thank you for the time always, buddy.
Y'all have a good one, man.
All right, enjoy it. We'll break it down next Wednesday with him. Yeah, I think you unfairly paint me as the old man, not into the modern music. I enjoy football.
That's a separate conversation.
I enjoy football.
Dave was on your side today, Don.
What's that?
Dave was, as you know, was on your side.
Well, of course, because
we're
both football guys.
But by the way, do you really want to be on Dave's side with anything?
For football, yes.
No, not necessarily. No. Don doesn't want to be on Dave's thought of he would skip a family member's funeral for Jacksonville, Carolina on a Thursday.
Their Super Bowl thoughts are in lockstep. All they care about is the game.
Here's what's so stupid about Dave in this subject. And, Alan, I think you'll line up with me here.
Oh, boy.
Because it's not as if Alan and I are not football people, okay? The game... From a football, I have so little rooting interest in most Super Bowls that while I'm dialed in and I want to watch the play, it's not like it's my team playing where I can't. Alan, you know what I'm saying? Like, why can't I decompress and watch Rihanna perform and watch, Kendrick Lamar perform? It's my team's not playing. Who cares?
30 minutes is insane.
But it's not a 30-minute performance. Then I got news for you. Here's what I don't need. Spare me Rob Gronkowski or whoever's yapping at halftime.
But that's not. But when you do the normal, what is it? How long is halftime normally in a regular season game? 15 minutes?
15.
Yeah.
Right? If you made it 15 minutes or even 20 minutes, that's enough. Let's get back to the game, please. Like,
but why?
I'm sorry.
If you're at a party,
I get it. The performance. No, first of all,
you're dead.
I can't stand it.
You can't. You can't stand what?
Just the Super Bowl party thing. Like I just want to watch the game.
I don't get you people. Why do you take this fakakta game so serious?
Wait a minute.
No.
Alan hasn't had a team sniff the Super Bowl his entire life, and he acts like it's church.
Wait a minute.
No, it's not church. No, it's not church. It's not church. We are sports people. You know what it's like to have non-sports people around during a sports event. It can make you crazy.
If it's my team, but I don't care.
But here's where we listen. You're not wrong to have that opinion, but I invested, especially with the Jets and Giants being so bad, a lot of time watching football because I enjoy football, and it culminates now into deciding who is going to be the champion of that season that I invested so much time in. So even though I might not have a rooting interest, and I really don't care who wins. I'm rooting for the Seahawks because of Sam Darnold. I'd be really happy. But would I be upset if the Seahawks lost the game? No.
You won't even think about it.
I'd be able to get over it. But I enjoy football. It's the championship game. You telling me, even though you're not the biggest baseball fan in the world, you wouldn't get excited for a Game 7 of the World Series?
I was this year.
Was it?
Very.
Right. But
baseball,
this is Game 7.
But this is a national holiday, and soon it will actually fall on national holiday.
And I don't like that. And that's what bothers me about the Super Bowl. Because if it's Game 7 of the World Series or Stanley Cup Final or NBA Finals, you parachute into that game because it's a decisive game, and you want to watch it. But for some reason, the exact equivalent in football becomes a party.
It is.
Can you imagine the seventh inning stretch? They delay it for a half hour.
Oh, good
so
Lord.
Jay-Z can perform. It would bastardize it, right? It would be like, but we've accepted it in football, and I don't have to accept it.
Don, if I'm not mistaken,
it happened.
The seventh inning stretch does involve live performance in the World Series.
Yeah,
but not to the
but
extent
they don't.
of
No,
halftime.
not for 30 minutes. But I'm with you. Like again, Peter. Like I know what you're saying. You're somebody that likes to go to parties. You like a lot of people around. We're all having fun. We're just watching. We're half watching the game. We're having some fun. I get it, but I don't understand why you have to wrap football around a concert. Not at that level. It has gotten completely out of control.
So I feel
and
you
now
guys...
to a point where Booger said the quiet part out loud. While we all know Bad Bunny, who just won a Grammy, we know is a very successful musician. We know. But, man, this is going to be interesting to see how it's received.
But it's the same thing. The reason this is stupid is that it's the
what
same
Booger said
thing as Kendrick.
Is
it's
what a lot
just
of people
English
are saying.
and Spanish. Don would have the exact same lack of interest in Kendrick as he does Bad Bunny. Except Bad Bunny may actually make you, move your shoulders a little bit.
All I'm saying is in every other aspect of sports, if we're lucky enough to have USA versus Canada in a gold medal game in the Olympics, or we get a Game 7 in the NBA Finals or Stanley Cup Final, or get the Blue Jays and Dodgers again in the World Series. It's all about sports.
But this is already over. It happened already. I don't disagree with you, Don, but it's over.
Which is the biggest thing in the world, is everything but football.
But it's right. I'm with you guys in that part. If I could choose between it maybe being full-on yo-yo or being a regular game, I would choose the regular game. I don't enjoy it from a football standpoint as much. But we've lost the battle.
We have.
This is what it is.
But
so now
still,
I
but that doesn't change your. But that doesn't change whether you like it or not.
No, but I just stop fighting it. I just go to the party and have a good time.
Nobody's picketing. We're not fighting it.
Well, we all do that.
You asked the question. And Booger gave you the answer, just like Don gives you his answer. The fact that you don't understand, and then you thought I'd be on your side, and I'm telling you I'm not, because what Don's saying is true. Game 7s, Super Bowl, NCAA championship. You got to understand, these are not just, a sporting event. This is history. They're all, every one of them. No. You can't laugh at that.
I do.
It is.
My team's not playing. They can cancel the game. Don't have the game.
Peter,
I wouldn't care.
What
I swear to you, I would not care.
What business are we in?
We're in sports, and we covered all the way up till now, and now the Super Bowl is yo-yo bum chuck. That's what it is.
And I don't have to like it.
History. It
you don't have to like it, Don, but it's what it is.
These games matter.
You wouldn't.
They matter.
But here's the thing.
You've got to remember moments. It does matter.
I don't.
We're gonna remember the moments. I can handle eating wings and talking to a woman at halftime, seeing Bad Bunny sing a song, and remember the catches in the second half. Yeah. I can even chew bubble gum while I do it.
It is odd that the most popular sport in the world, that basically play the game 3 o'clock in the morning on Mars and get a major rating, have to do all of this yo-yo stuff.
But that's what they do. Do they have to pay Tom Brady $30 million a year? We don't get it, but it's what they do.
And I don't have to like it.
You don't have to like it.
I've already tapped out. I mean, if I get invited to a party, I'll go. But I'm just saying, it's so odd that if Game 7 of the World Series fell on a Sunday at 6:35, nobody would think to have all this extravagant stuff. The game would speak for itself. And this is the one sport that should be able to speak for itself, because they could basically have the Titans and the Jaguars on a Thursday and pull a number bigger than Game 7 of the World Series.
It's crazy, but
and yet we still do this.
But they're the envy of every sport for a reason. Maybe they get something the other ones don't.
Or maybe they're trying too hard, bro. Clearly they are. Because you can't tell me these 32 owners even know who Bad Bunny is. But Bad Bunny? Is that a cartoon? I like that cartoon. No, that's Bugs Bunny. Oh, I didn't realize.
It's too late.
Morons.
He's too late.
They're all idiots. They're all billionaire idiots.
But they're winning. They're by dominating.
I know, but
they're
that doesn't make it right.
The other sports.
That doesn't make it right.
I think that's two different things, Peter.
Well, but I know, but
there's nothing we can do about it doesn't mean that I can't say
I can do
that
something
it's
about
not for me.
Afternoon drive and tell the world I don't like it.
That's you can, but it's what it is, so I choose the parts that I enjoy. And I certainly don't get the idea of I need to take this game serious. I do not get that. I watch the game. Right. I follow the big plays. I can talk about every Super Bowl that happens on the following Monday. But acting as if I can't have a conversation like it's Dave watching a giant playoff game is absurd.
Well, Dave is the extreme on the other end, okay?
I remember being at Michael's house at the party. We're all standing around talking, blah, blah, and we still all remember the 28-3 comeback. It's not like you can't follow it. It's football, for Christ's sake. We know what we're doing. But I don't get so serious, like it's so sacrosanct.
No, but I'm not saying.
But it's a bigger game. It's the you keep making it out like the game doesn't matter. It is the biggest game. It's the biggest game in all sports every year.
I'm not saying they're peeing in the holy water. I'm just telling you that I don't find it necessary.
Fair also. Right. I hear you. I hear you.
Plus, I don't like sharing wings. I make wings. I want them. I don't want your dirty fingers all over the.
Well,
like,
who do you hang out with?
What kind of animals are you eating?
They pick up the wings, examine, and put them back?
No, you never know. How do you know?
That spread. Let me tell you something. That spread at Michael's house was one of the great Super Bowl spreads of all time.
I've gone to barbecues. His barbecue, their weddings paled in comparison.
No,
seriously.
Considering he eats no good food, he sure knows how to provide it for guests. I'll give him that. Still hasn't reached out to me.
Probably. Oh, really?
He still has it more than just the lovely.
Just the hey, yeah, lovely.
And you just can't let it go, can you?
No, it hurts. Still hurts
really
to this day.
Bothering you.
Yeah, I said, what was that? Monday was the birthday?
Yeah.
Today's Thursday. I'm still feeling it.
This is going to be a pit. It's going to grow larger.
What is today?
Today's Wednesday.
It still hurts. It hurts like a Thursday.
Because it's Wednesday. We got a list coming up next. Plus, we got a ton of phone calls. People, man, Ranger fans are coming out with the claws, baby.
Good.
Hey, well, thank you.
Good.
We needed Ranger fans
Show
on a
them you
random
care.
slow Wednesday. Now, real quick, Ranger fans,
please, desperately.
Listen, I know you're emotional, but maybe, make sure you stay focused because it's the last call for football, as we're talking about, and FanDuel's giving you a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the big game. Now, today's 30% profit boost is on the receiving markets. I told you, Don, Bills went out and got who?
Tay Diggs.
Stephon Diggs. I like Stephon Diggs. So maybe it's an anytime touchdown over on receiving yards. All you got to do is opt in each day and place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. So whether you're locking in early lines, writing your favorite props, or taking one last swing before the final whistle, FanDuel is giving everyone something extra to cheer for during football's final week. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. 21 and over, Fizley present New York, opt-in required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
The list is next on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Hi, I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. You know what's interesting about the words personal injury? The first word is person. And at D'Agostino & Associates, that word means everything. That's because I handpick every person in our firm. From the pleasant professional person who answers your call to the experienced person litigating your case in court. Because every person in my firm is an extension of me, and the only way to exceed our clients' expectations is to deliver the highest level of personal service every single time. And that starts with hiring the right people. You see, we know that every client is a person too, someone going through the toughest time in their lives and deserves to be more than just a file number. At D'Agostino & Associates, we put the person back in personal injury. So call 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222 and ask for me, John D'Agostino. And let's talk about your case, person to person. D'Agostino, law, bite back.
Wild Turkey Bourbon and ESPN New York are bringing you the ultimate New York game day. 2 games, 1 damn day. We're kicking things off on Saturday at Cappy's on 670 Merrick Road in Lynbrook, starting at 1 p.m. Stop by for Wild Turkey tastings, exclusive giveaways, and your chance to win an epic New York sports experience. Opening day energy in the Bronx, Knicks at night vibes, all in one unforgettable day. So grab your crew and experience Wild Turkey at Cappy's in Lynbrook this Saturday. Must be 21 or older. Drink responsibly.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering 25% off windows and doors and 0% APR for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends February 28th, 2026.
Now it's time for traffic and Susie Cerrone.
Thanks, guys. Good news on the Cross Bronx. It took over 2 hours, but Cross Bronx westbound after Sheridan Boulevard, the left lane tractor trailer gone. Stalled truck on the LIE eastbound at 108th Street. That's in the right lane. Crash on the belt westbound at Erskine Street. 2 lanes around westbound, 1 lane out eastbound with emergency vehicles. There's also an accident on the LIE westbound at Woodhaven Boulevard. New Jersey, crash on 80 westbound at exit 56. You're backed up from exit 61. This report is sponsored by Unbound.org. A girl in Kenya dreams of becoming a doctor. Reach out and touch her world. It'll touch your own. More at Unbound.org. I'm Susie Cerrone for 880 ESPN New York.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
You just made the list, buddy.
This is The List with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Well, a happy birthday to Lawrence Taylor. Turned 67 today.
Can you believe that?
Now, if it bothered me, Michael's 65, it definitely bothers me that LT is 67.
67.
A 67-year-old man out. Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah, that's, wow.
Yeah, so I came up with a list for Lawrence Taylor.
All right.
What do you think of that?
A Lawrence Taylor list?
I'm here
Lawrence
for it.
Taylor list, and I've got his top 5 plays.
Top 5 appearances by LT in the Epstein files. No, I'm
wow.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Wow.
I don't think he's there.
Oh.
I haven't looked, though.
I don't know.
All right, what is the top 5? Top 5 what plays?
Top 5 plays.
Well,
Lawrence
plays.
Taylor.
Obviously
plays.
Obviously the worst play in my franchise history has to be there.
I'm not like a fan of this play,
but it still has to be remembered
because
no, it's doing real well.
Jay Schrader came in and tore the Giants up and
what
beat
he does.
Them. Well, not really, but at that moment,
big on Jay.
He probably had some moments with the Raiders, but it is a significant play. It's probably what he's most known for and his reaction after it happened. And I've got it at number 2.
First and 10. Riggins, flea flicker, back to Theismann. Theismann's in a lot of trouble. And it was Lawrence Taylor who slammed Theismann to the ground at the 42-yard line. The blitz was on. That's not necessarily a good play to have called. And quickly, Lawrence Taylor was up saying Theismann is hurt. And I don't believe Lawrence Taylor would have reacted that way unless Theismann is really hurt.
And he was really hurt. To see the leg break like that, really tough. That was November 18th, 1985.
Was it the first, like, truly gory, horrible
that I remember,
TV injury? Yeah.
That I remember for sure. So 85, I was 17 years old. You were a little bit younger, Alan. I don't know if you were watching the game at the time. Peter, you're probably too young to be watching.
I just remember it being a big deal.
6.
Yeah, I remember it, but I don't know. I can't tell you if I was watching it live or I just remember hearing about it.
You know what's amazing, though? It's still cool to hear Frank Gifford doing play-by-play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Although, I'll be honest, not a great call. He doesn't even call the sack. It's a sack.
Well, it's on TV, you know. People saw it.
Well, a little more energy, though. It's a great player with a sack.
I am not here to critique the late Frank Giffords play-by-play. I'm just saying hearing him do play-by-play
his voice is epic.
Takes me back to a time.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the Monday night games would have been a little better, Alan, if I don't know.
They had a halftime show.
1985, Boy George came out and performed at halftime.
See, now we're having a conversation. Careless Whisper at halftime, perhaps?
All right, so that's number 2.
Okay.
So, Peter, great job.
Karma
Great
Chameleon
ball.
at halftime. That would be amazing.
Oh, are you kidding me? All right. We got 4 more LT plays to come up with.
You got any, Alan?
LT plays?
Yeah.
Top 5.
I'm laying out. I'm going to let you do
He's
this.
all set.
Interesting.
He has no interest. Now, are there...
No. It's not a lack of interest. This is not my expertise. I am man enough to admit that.
So, are any of these going to be ones that I remember? Like they're just a big play everyone knows.
Yeah. Well, at least 2 or 3 of them.
Any of them the Super Bowl?
I could throw a hint out if you'd like.
Okay, Anthony, go ahead.
We had a similar. I don't even know if it was a list. It was the day before Thanksgiving where we did every feature, and we mentioned plays because one of them occurred
on Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
So this is a repeat.
Oh, what did he do on Thanksgiving?
And it's number 1.
Oh.
I was at my grandparents' house in Passaic, New Jersey, watching this game. Thanksgiving 1982. Lawrence Taylor's 97-yard interception return for a touchdown.
Sims lines up on the right side. They've got King on the left side as a running back. Sanderson looking in, zone for a pass. He's looking for King, intercepted. He's going to go down the right side. Lawrence Taylor to the 20, 30, down to the 40. He might go all the way. He's going to go in. There's a flag down. But he's going the length of the football field into the end zone. There is a flag down. And Taylor's going to have to come back. It's not coming back. It's not coming back. They waved it off. Hot dog. We were just discussing.
Hot dog?
Oh, that was great. 25 offense. Penalty is declined. Touchdown.
Don, are you sure that call wasn't from 1956?
I swear to God, that play happened.
Oh,
that was so old-timey. How about his fellow, I don't know if it was an analyst or if it was like, it's not coming back.
Had to be Dick Lynch, right?
He sounded so mad.
That was so old-timey.
That was old-timey.
You would have thought,
that exchange was wild.
It was Jim Gordon doing the play-by-play.
I would have thought Sam Huff made the interception.
Right?
Now, that is unbelievable.
Now, if you remember.
Hey, come out there. He might go all the way. There's a flag on the play.
Now,
even the referee sounded old-timey.
And even President Truman is standing on his feet watching this game.
When you watch the game, you can check the highlight on YouTube. I don't know who it was for the Detroit Lions, actually picks up the flag. He's holding the flag in the air, waving the Giants back, thinking that it's going to be on the Giants, ends up being on the Lions, and
Taylor,
the touchdown stands. I've got that at number 1.
Oh, that's tremendous.
Thanksgiving.
But check it out. Somebody from the Lions actually picks the flag up. You never see players pick the flag up. The arrogance, and then to be wrong.
Well, and I would say it's also the worst kind of gall.
It's unmitigated.
It's absolutely unmitigated gall. Yeah, there's no mitigation on that gall.
So if there was social media, he would have never lived that down.
No.
That would have been shown over and over again.
We've got 1 and 2. 1, the 97-yard interception return.
That must have been so fun. I just watched the play. It's one of those ones where literally the second he makes the break on the ball, in his brain, an athlete of that level goes, I could go the whole way.
Oh,
the second he knows. If you go watch that play, Don, who's the quarterback for Detroit?
Gary Danielson.
The way Danielson drops back is so old-timey. The little quick short step drop back that they used to do. Quarterbacks don't even look like that when they drop back anymore.
Now we're going to run on first down. We're going to run on second down. We're going to run only if we have to on third.
And if not, screen pass. All right. So we got 3 to go.
One of them happened where it was his play, but he didn't make the play. It was in the championship.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, well, you know what?
Just give it to me.
Okay, relax.
Wow.
Let me hear it.
Number 3 is LT's recovery of the Roger Craig fumble.
1st and 10. Craig again. Hit behind the line of scrimmage, and the Giants have the ball. Lawrence Taylor out of the pack with the ball. That's the first turnover today.
And you knew that the Giants were going for it, and that's what Bill Parcells is saying. Yep, we need it.
So who should get it? Lawrence Taylor, number 56. They want a trap play. Now watch, the ball just pops out the side. The ball's just popped out before Taylor gets here. He doesn't take it away. The ball was coming out. He just caught it in the air.
Eric Howard made the play, and Roger Craig fumbles the football, and the Giants get it and eventually kick the game-winning field goal. Matt Barr, and they go to Super Bowl 25.
Matt Barr, by the way, in Tecmo Bowl, never missed.
Ever missed.
I mean,
never missed in Tecmo Bowl.
And LT is a top 3 player ever in Tecmo
Right,
Bowl.
if you on any extra point or field goal, if you lined LT up in the middle, he's blocking.
He blocked it every time.
Well, he would tackle the holder before they would even get a chance to snap it. So that's number 3.
By the way, Summerall, unreal.
Excuse me, number 4. Excuse me.
The voice.
Oh, Summerall and Madden are it.
Yeah, Madden is, but how just to me again, that's a classic play-by-play voice where it's just so steady and concise. Like oh man, that was so good.
And it's not even really the analysis is that great. It's just the way he says it, right? The ball came loose, so he's not predicting the play or anything like that, but it's still amazing. So I had that at number 4.
Okay.
Number 3, Jim Burt makes the hit on Montana, and then Lawrence Taylor with the big interception for a touchdown in the 86 divisional round.
1st and 20. Montana back to throw. Going deep. It's going to be picked off by Lawrence Taylor, and he's got a lot of room to run. Montana is down. Taylor is in the end zone, but Montana is hurt. Rice was the intended receiver. Lawrence Taylor was the only man there as Montana took a shot.
No, it's
that's
pretty
a rabid crowd, by the way. Listen how loud that got.
That was. It was amazing. Just he was almost knocked into the next row. But the great thing about being a Giant fan is they knocked Montana out of 2 playoff games. Beat Tom Brady in 2 Super Bowls. I mean, they're 2 of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Giants also beat John Elway in a Super Bowl. I mean, they're not beating stiffs at the quarterback position.
Great point.
No, number 5.
You don't want to beat stiffs.
It's one of my favorite, and it's one of the plays that they always show when they show the greatness of Lawrence Taylor, and that's with one hand throwing Gary Danielson down in Detroit on that very same Thanksgiving game where he had the pick 6.
Phillip, the more they play. 1st down, Lions. Here comes the rush by Taylor. And you talk about strong. You talk about athletic ability. Look at that. You look like one of those rodeo guys.
Now, have you ever seen the play, Peter? Check it out. It just Lawrence Taylor, Gary Danielson. You'll see it. He just with one hand grabs him by the scruff of the neck and just whips him around.
Yep.
Like a rag doll. Now, is that a horse collar now? Would that be called?
Of course it is, Don.
Yeah,
that's why they invented it.
John brings up a great point, too. With how baggy the jerseys used to be, you won't see a sack like that ever again.
No.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But I know.
You know what? This is going to sound wacky. I don't know if that's a horse collar. Well, it looks a bit low on the jersey. Like it's almost by the name.
And also, you're not like going from behind and pulling him down. You just picking him up.
Nah,
like
I'm calling it. Alan, watch it again. I think it's actually even on the arm. I don't even think it's the back.
Yeah.
I think it might be his actual like jersey on the arm.
It's one of my favorite
it is.
plays.
It's on his arm. And it's an unbelievable. He is such a freak, man.
Yeah, he was definitely a
freak. And is there
in
anything cleaner than just that white 56 jersey?
Yeah, that's really cool.
The white one is money.
So I got the sack on Danielson, number 5, the Craig fumble, number 4, the interception of Montana, 3, the hit on Joe Theismann, 2, and then the 97-yard interception return for a touchdown. Number 1, that's my list of Lawrence Taylor plays.
That's a fun list.
On his 67th birthday.
And of course,
I like that list. Can I add though that what else we've got out of this list? At least for me, along with of course the wonderful trip down memory lane, was hearing the calls, and it's almost like I want to change everything about how I speak.
To old time,
like just how those guys were just so crisp, and yet there was something syrupy and comforting about how they spoke, and yet it's an intense moment.
Well, you want to hear good talking, Alan. You hear this.
No, it's doing real well.
All right, fine, Don.
Yeah. No, there's nothing else
about
that.
You want to hear talking.
Yeah.
You want to hear broadcasting.
Actually,
All right, fine, Don. How's having you?
No, it's doing real well.
Yeah, syrupy would be a better way to describe it than eloquent.
Sounds like you've been sipping some syrup. Is what it sounds like.
Some cough syrup. Me and LT just down in some Robitussin.
Right before that interview starts.
All right, your reaction to the list, your reaction to the Panarin deal, getting closer and closer to the NBA trade deadline, which is at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Frank Reich, the new OC of the NYJ, 1-800-919-3776. Blood in the ground for sure. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg till 6:30. Then it's Knicks basketball here on ESPN New York.
March the 20th of 2026, there's one place to be. And that place is Pickleball Heaven. Pickleball Heaven. It's a pickleball facility, massive facility, in Medford, New York. We're going to do the show there that day from 6 to 10. Then there's a tournament. And then after we win the tournament, Rick, we'll stay and watch some basketball with the people. Now, the worst part of all this is the name. Listen, I got to participate in Rickleball Madness. What do you want from me?
You're a teammate of Rickleball.
Yeah, right. You're part of the event. You're the co-headliner. If my name was Dave Pickleball, it would still be Rickleball Madness.
I think that's accurate.
I don't want this kind of pressure. I would prefer being named after you. No, you don't. You want all the shine. No, I don't. Call whatever you want. Dave's Pickleball Extravaganza.
Sorry, Dave. We're still calling it Rickleball Madness. And it's Friday, March 20th at Pickleball Heaven in Medford, New York. More details coming soon with DiPietro and Rothenberg on ESPN New York.
From 30 for 30 Podcasts.
Did you say someone got shot?
Brian Pata, senior defensive lineman from Miami, gunned down.
The key to this case, it's Brian.
An hour before he died, he was on the phone arguing with somebody.
This might be a hit.
You want the truth. They just want a conviction.
Being placed under arrest.
We had a killer amongst us.
Murder at the U, coming soon.
Access to education changes lives. That's why National University provides flexible online and hybrid programs from associate to doctorate degrees. Since 1971, NU was built to serve non-traditional working and military learners nationwide. NU understands the demands of work, family, and service. Each year, more than 130,000 learners trust National University to move forward. Visit nu.edu to learn more.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Knicks fans, it's time for basketball. The action starts tonight at Pig Beach with Team ESPN New York and Ultra. Whether you need a pregame spot or you're looking for the right Knicks bar to watch the game versus the Nuggets, Pig Beach is your destination. The party tips off at 7 p.m. Team ESPN will be giving away plenty of ESPN, Ultra, and Knicks prizes. Join fellow Knicks fans tonight at 3537 36th Street, ground floor in Astoria. Cheer on your Knicks, enjoy Ultra draft and bottle specials, and cool prizes all game long at Pig Beach in Astoria.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible, overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right, pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan. We are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
Step inside the game you love with the NBA app. Tap to watch every game as it's happening.
Jalen Brunson does it again!
And never miss a moment of the jaw-dropping action. Get closer to the players than anywhere else. Follow the latest schedules, scores, and stats.
Jokic falling away.
Keep up with every story from across the league. And with NBA ID, it's all personalized to you. The game lives here. Download today.
Hahn and Rosenberg till 6:30. Then it's Knicks Nuggets. Alice Cooper's got just a tremendous catalog, and he's been around for so long, like all different types of vibes. You know, You and Me. That's a song that gets played on Light FM, and then you get a song like this. There's so many great songs from Alice Cooper. Happy birthday to him, 78 years old. My brother's a big fan. My brother went to his guitar player's wedding in California. David performed, sang, and then Alice pulled up to the table, sat down, and critiqued his singing. And he did a good job, and how he could do it.
I remember that. Yeah,
That's
amazing.
cool.
Nice.
Alice has had wrestling moments, right?
Yeah, WrestleMania 3.
Is he in the Wrestling Hall of Fame? He is, isn't he?
Did they put Alice Cooper in the Hall of Fame? I don't remember.
Well, Trump's there. Didn't he only have one moment? Or did
No, Trump had multiple. Trump hosted 2 WrestleManias, 4 and 5, and then appeared in 23.
And Alice just Super Bowl,
Alice was just WrestleMania 3.
Interesting.
He is currently not a.
He's not a Hall of Famer.
Nope.
And
you want me to talk to
was
someone?
that the one at the Garden?
No, that was this was at the Silverdome.
Was the first one at the Garden?
That's right.
I just remember the posters on my brother's wall.
First one was at the Garden. Second one had 3 locations, including the Garden, L.A., Chicago, New York at the same time.
And then they stepped up to the big time.
The
Silverdome.
Then 3 they went to the Silverdome, and I guess my guess is they already had the deal in place to go with Trump for 4 and 5. So then they went to Trump Plaza for 4 and 5, and then they eventually went fully outside a while later to where we are now, where it's 2 days in a stadium.
No, it's a big deal for sure.
But I loved Alice Cooper with Jake the Snake was such a great. They went together so well. It was such a perfect visual, and that was all I knew about Alice Cooper at the time. That and then Wayne's World a few years later.
Let's go to Bruce in Flushing. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Bruce?
Hey, Don. Before I get to the trade, congratulations on getting the Devils gig. I will miss you as a Ranger broadcaster because you're one of the better ones we've had.
Well, thank you.
I understand the need to get a full-time gig. The Panarin trade. I am not a happy Ranger fan right now. First of all, how good is this prospect?
Well, he's in the OHL. You don't know. I mean, the numbers are good, averaging over a point a game, but you don't know if that's going to translate to the NHL. But what did you want Drury to do?
Well, first of all, the last couple of days, I kept reading he wanted to go to Florida, either Tampa Bay or the Panthers. So are you saying that was all a lie?
All
See,
lie.
I think.
Well, from what we understand, Emily Kaplan reported that all he ever wanted to do was go to the Kings.
I only listen to Schefter on hockey, but continue.
But seriously, Bruce, he only wanted to go to the Kings. So you lose all your leverage when he's a free agent at the end of the year. You've already told the world you're not re-signing him. He will only go to the Kings. And what are you supposed to do? You've lost all your leverage.
Here's the thing. What was the harm in waiting for 3 weeks and putting pressure on the Kings? And maybe he would change his mind, or maybe you can get a better deal. You know, making a deal is a lot like playing showdown poker. You have to have the guts, and I know it's a risk of losing the whole thing. I understand that, but to me, I think it could have gotten a lot better. Again, if the prospect is good, that eases the pain a little bit more, so it's not so bad. But to me,
I don't think they had an appetite to wait the 3 weeks. And even if they did, I don't know how it changes. You don't want to lose him for nothing, correct? I mean, even though, Alan, this is not a great deal, a 3rd-round pick, it could become a 2nd-round pick and a prospect.
No, it's not a great deal.
It's not a great deal.
You were never gonna. It's never gonna be a great deal.
But waiting, because then what happens is the Kings say, no, I'm not giving you anything more, and now you've got a player that's going to finish out the season with you and then walk as a free agent and sign with the Los Angeles Kings for 2 years, $22 million, and you get nothing. Yep. There is the possibility that this kid can turn out to be a big deal. Nobody thought anything of Ryan McDonough when he came over in the Gomez deal. Next thing you know, Ryan McDonough is the captain of the Rangers, right? I'm not going to make any predictions that Liam Greentree is going to become the next Mark Messier, But can we wait and see what kind of prospect he becomes?
No, we can't.
Well, apparently not.
No, that's the problem, though, is, again, when you trade away players who meant something to the fans, who were part of some success, right? Where would you put Panarin in this century? All right, last 25 years. We know Lundqvist is number one, right? Where would you put Panarin among...
Last 25 yeyears, he's one of their top 5 players.
Top Rangers in 25 years.
Yeah. But he's 34 years old.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't ask you that.
Okay.
What I'm asking you is of order of importance, right? So here's somebody of significance. So fans still value him.
Yes.
While the rest of the league's like, aging asset, I'm not overpaying for this guy. Because, you know you're not still going to get high-level production from him anymore. Because if he was still killing it, the Rangers wouldn't be trading him. Because the Rangers would be winning. And last I checked, they can't score. So, like, that's what happens.
Yeah.
I get what, and again, everybody has, you have every right to be pissed off at Chris Drury and mad at the Rangers situation. Nobody's denying that. But to keep saying things like, you could have done better, you don't know that. You think Chris Drury just was like, I'll take the first deal that comes around. I don't care. There's nobody. Even the worst general managers are trying, right? They are trying to get the best deal. And he clearly knew, I don't have a lot of leverage here, so let's just get this thing done.
Yeah.
So he's not sitting, like you said, and who knows if in 2 weeks that deal goes off the table and now I'm stuck and now I'm going to lose him for nothing.
It's also not their last deal, and it's not going to be their best deal either.
Well, there's a lot of that.
Yeah, they are.
There's more to do here, by the way.
There's a lot more to do.
Zibanejad.
Panarin was not a part of their future, and you get something back in return. And as far as calling the Kings bluff, well, who's to say coming out of the Olympic break there isn't a player that shakes loose that's available for the Kings to go out and get, and then they don't want Panarin, and they change their mind, and they move on. I just think I don't think the deal was going to get any better, people. As much as you wanted it to be better, and as much as you thought you were going to get a mint back.
No.
A 34-year-old free agent that only wanted to go to one team.
Plays at one side of the ice, all that stuff. Not really a guy that has been big playoff performer. Yes, you mentioned a big goal, but I mean,
on the
again,
power
the knock
play,
on
because
him,
that's where I think he's the best asset.
where he has some space. The knock on him has been that. It's obvious, right? Not trying to kick the guy out the door, but let's just have some reality to this. And I understand. You could be mad because, let's see, Trouba, Kreider, Panarin, who am I missing? Like all the guys that you sent out.
Goudreau's where it started.
Right, but the guys you sent out that were part of a core, what was the return? None of it's showing. You don't know. That's the problem. There's nothing to show for it right now. So you're mad because there's nothing to show for it right now. That's why I understand it. But I just don't we could have done better. You don't know that.
You wanted to do better. I'm sure Chris Drury wanted to do better. But
what's the reality of it? You're viewing Panarin as more valuable than everybody else is viewing him.
But it's not even about his value. It's your leverage.
And that too.
The Los Angeles Kings knew Panarin was the Kings were the only place Panarin wanted to go.
Yeah.
The Rangers were not going to keep him. So it's either trade him or lose him for nothing. Here's my offer. If you're the Los Angeles Kings, why would you offer the moon and the stars? He's only going to come to me. Yeah. And the worst case scenario is, you know what, I don't get him, I'll just sign him as a free agent.
And that's where, if you're a Ranger fan, you should be pissed off at Panarin. You did nothing to help this organization get the most they could.
Listen, he negotiated a no-movement clause. Good on him, right?
Yeah.
I mean, all he's doing is executing his own contract.
But that's my point.
Yeah.
Though. As a fan, if you want to be annoyed at anything, be annoyed that he does, you know what, my time here was great. I don't want to screw this franchise over. I'm not going to do that. But as a player, he owes them nothing. He owes them nothing. But that's what happened. That's a reality. He's the one that held the hammer. And again, if he was killing it right now, they would not be moving him.
Well, maybe they would, just because the team isn't very good and they're not bringing him back. Now, if you want to argue, hey, why not extend him 2 years for $22 million? Well, that's actually a sensible argument. I mean, I don't agree with it, But that makes more sense than you should have held out for more. Good luck. 1-800-919-3776 will reset. Got ENN at 6. We're off at 6:30 because then it's Nuggets and Knicks here on ESPN New York.
This is the Michael K. Show.
It's Aaron Boone, Yankee manager. Now, you have a great life, and this is your 9th year as a Yankee manager, but how much does it gnaw at you that you have not yet been the last team standing in your time as Yankee manager?
That's really the one and only huge thing that does gnaw at me when it comes to this. So it does. Working like heck to fix that and to change that, but I understand it's attached to me.
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Last call for football, and all week long, FanDuel is giving you a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% profit boost is on the receiving markets. Receiving yards over under, alt receiving yards, and most receiving yards. Will Seattle continue to get JSN the ball? Can Stephon Diggs find room to work? All you have to do is opt in each day and place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. Whether you're locking in early lines, riding your favorite props, or taking one last swing before the final whistle, FanDuel is giving everyone something extra to cheer for during football's final week. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issue as non-withdrawable profit boost token. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Start with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Now it's time for traffic with Susie Cerrone.
Thanks, guys. Still have this accident on the Belt Parkway westbound at Erskine Street. 2 lanes are out westbound. You're stopped from Springfield Boulevard. Everything is open on the eastbound side of the Belt. Stall on the LIE Eastbound at 108th Street. A truck still in the right lane. Crash on the LIE westbound at Woodhaven Boulevard. A stall in New Brunswick. Route 18 at Paulus Boulevard. It's southbound with heavy delays. Accident in White Plains, 287 westbound at exit 6. We're sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? PCA can help. They're a national nonprofit developing better people and better athletes through youth and high school sports. More at positivecoach.org. I'm Susie Cerrone for 880 ESPN New York.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
Game time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, guys.
You know the time.
It's time.
Knicks are back at home facing the Nuggets with coverage immediately following us on 880 at 630. And that's it. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. I got a nasty text message from Dave Rothenberg.
What did he say, SOB?
Oh, boy.
I'm like, I see the Dave text, and I'm like, all right, something must have happened.
What is it?
He said, you didn't think to have me on for this list? I'm so hurt.
Oh, well, that's not nasty.
Well, it's nasty in the sense that, like, why would I want to? It's my list.
Yeah, but he just
when
wants
do we have guests on the list?
Never. But that just shows he wants to be included. I thought it was going to be lashing out more. I'm troubled, Alan, because I don't know if you've seen this. You're in the NBA world. You've probably seen it moving around. Did you see any videos or pictures, Alan, from the Heat 06 celebration?
I saw some.
What
didn't you like?
The visual of Antoine Walker.
Oh.
Oh my God, dude. Don, I looked it up. He's 49.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought he was like 58, right? What would you say to me?
I thought he was maybe in his 50s. He's 49 years old. Alan, he might be pushing 400 pounds.
Yeah, well, that's been a thing. He's a great dude, by the way.
And a hell of a player. A player who a player in this era.
Yeah.
Antoine is a guy who could always pull up from about 35 feet. In this era, he would have been such a baller.
He's been battling it. He was broadcasting for a while. I haven't seen what he's done lately, but I do know that, like, he's
it's
really
very worrisome. I mean,
putting on the pounds. He's had some issues.
He had some money stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Is he repug, Antoine, is what you're saying?
It's way beyond that. It's beyond repug. I mean, and I saw Eric Snow not look great either.
Yeah, if you saw him and I asked you, is he a former NFL or NBA player?
Oh, NFL.
You'd straight up think he was probably like a left tackle or something. Like
a left tackle who I loved him as a player, and I hope
maybe a D tackle.
I hope he pulls it together, man. He just looks really bad.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to say.
But guys have been trying with him. They've been trying to help him. Like it's tough, and he's such a great dude. Everybody loves him.
Really? That's terrible.
It's not. Yeah, but I
forgot he got that ring though in Miami.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, Dave Rothenberg is on the phone.
Oh,
and he's nice enough to join us here after his text message where he said he was hurt that I did not include him in the LT top plays on Lawrence Taylor's 67th
It is
birthday.
his favorite player, Don.
And it's my favorite player, too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. My apologies, Dave.
Hi, Don. How are you?
Good. And yourself?
I'm a little upset. I'm driving Alex back from a lacrosse training. Hi, guys, by the way.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
And Alan is.
Hey, Alex.
Great. So I'm in the car driving Alex back from lacrosse, and it's Lawrence Taylor's 67th birthday, and I explained to Alex, I said, you can't even imagine what this guy was like, just beyond imagination, just almost like an action hero, right? So he says, start going through the list, and Alan's like, I don't want to play this. I'm not doing this. And Peter's like, he kind of bows out as well.
I didn't bow out.
Like, why? Well, you weren't as involved as one would hope.
That's fair.
So, no knock on you guys. It's not your guy. And he goes, Dad, why would Don do this list without you? And I said, Alex, I don't know. And I sent off that text. And listen, Don, I think we're great. I think you and I are in a really good spot. But to say it didn't hurt a little bit would be untrue.
Now,
yeah, a little bit.
Guys, help me out here, because I could see if I did a weekly list and had a guest on that was a fan of the list and not include Dave. I never have guests on the list. You guys contribute because you're on the show.
Like Bobby Mercer's greatest moments, you'd probably have Michael on.
I don't think so. I mean, I would never do Bobby Mercer's top moments. No offense. It's just that's not my guy.
Yeah, understood.
But I don't think I would have anybody on. Like, listen, if
you did like great moments in Redskins history,
I will tell you this.
I think of Peter.
Full disclosure. I got a text earlier today from Anthony Pusick who said, by the way, it's Alice Cooper's birthday. He was giving me some ideas for the list. And I toyed with, top 5 Alice Cooper songs. And I'm like, the guys aren't going to be interested in that. And then I saw that it was Lawrence Taylor's birthday, and I completely pivoted. If I had gone with the Alice Cooper, there's no bigger fan of Alice Cooper than my brother. Okay. If I did that list, I wouldn't have my brother on because I don't think they have guests. So if I didn't have my brother on for Alice Cooper, I wouldn't have you on for Lawrence Taylor.
But am I a guest? I mean, we're one family.
I understand.
It's like having Thanksgiving with a cousin. I don't know. Listen, I love you guys. I think Alan's coming on our show in the morning. We're one happy family, and I was a little bit hurt. I'll get over it. I still love all of you, but I was a little bit hurt.
Not to show off, but I think I listen to your show more than anybody else at the station.
That is completely false.
Really? You're a big listener.
Do tell.
Well, I drive Gracie to school every single morning, and we listen on the way and on the way home. So, and I text Rick regularly during the show.
Oh, but not Dave. That's interesting.
Well,
Oh.
Dave's busy hosting.
Ah.
I don't want to bother a host.
And Rick's playing his reindeer games.
Rick is completely
Rick's
free
not
to
busy.
text back and
Yeah,
forth.
Rick's not busy. Like whether he makes it back for a segment or not.
All right.
is up in
Listen,
the
I
air.
didn't
So,
say
yes,
that
he has
you
time to
did.
text.
Just for the record.
I'll say it again. It's fine.
All right,
Yeah.
listen, a bunch of things to get to before we let you go, because I know you're a very, very busy person.
So
All right,
busy.
first off, since you
I
listen
have
to the
nothing
list,
but time, by the way.
are you good with
Of course
the list?
I listen to the list.
Are you good with the
I'm
list?
great with the list. I'm great with the list. Number one, I remember that. If you remember also that game in 82, he was very banged up and was questionable to play or not. And I think didn't play for the first quarter.
Right.
And then he came in and he just dominated. Secondarily, is the one-handed sack that same game?
Yes.
So two of the top five are from his
That's crazy.
82
From
second
82.
season. That's
Right, his second
yeah,
season.
that's
which-
amazing. That was
which is-
Thanksgiving Day.
And that was a season to forget, but that was an amazing, amazing game there. The only one that I thought about putting in, but it actually came in a loss, and there's nuance.
The Cowboys interception.
The
Which
Cowboy
was great.
interception was
Deflected up
great,
into
but
the
I
air.
was
Yeah.
thinking, because it was a big deal at the time, the fastest player, I don't know if you don't remember this player, because he was a great player, but he was on a lousy team, was Billy Sims. Billy Sims, at the time, was the fastest player in the NFL. And
Was
in a
it pre-
game in
Darryl Green?
1983,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Darryl Green came in and ruined it.
Lawrence Taylor caught him from behind.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So I just didn't know how to put it in the list because it was, it was a great play, but it was in a loss, and I don't know if everybody would understand the context of it, but that was the only one that I debated to put in that I didn't. All right, now
I think the list is amazing. Amazing. I just wish I would have been part
well,
of
now
it.
you're a part of it now.
We're well
in the 5 o'clock hour, so it's even better. Now, before we let you go, you're a big Ranger fan. How did you feel about Panarin to the Kings?
So, listen, I really love Panarin. I mean, if you look at him over the last decade plus, he's got to be the best, one of the better free agent acquisitions that any of the New York teams has made. When you look at it from the Rangers' perspective, I was reading that he basically said it's the Kings or nobody.
Right. So there's no leverage there.
That kind of right. So that kind of sucks, right? I don't know much about. I'd start to do my Google research on the kid that they acquired. It sounds like he's a big scorer, but I don't know. It was a first-round pick, right? I mean, rather than get nothing for him, I guess it's good. I don't like really what's happening with this team right now.
Yeah, it's tough.
But overall, I mean, he was done. He was going to leave. You got a potential legitimate player and a mid-round pick. I guess I'm okay with it. I don't know. I don't know anything more than that, to be honest with you.
Well, you guys are killing it in the morning, and just to one-up Alan, I have to take Marco to school at 8:10, Jalen to school at 9:30. So I'm in the car twice taking the kids to school, and I'm listening both times. So,
do you have them on the YouTube every morning, Don, while you're working out?
I do not.
Okay, so
because
why don't we tell you what? Why don't we just take a knee right here? Okay?
No, because I work out with Kimball.
Sounds like you both want to take a knee.
I'm not pretending in a basement.
Why don't you guys take both knees for a second?
Pretending in a basement, Don. Okay.
Maybe I should step out here and let you guys argue this.
No, well, and Dave, the troubling part is, God forbid he check out my new YouTube venture while he's working out. You know what I mean? Little support for his guy.
That's
it's a great point. Right? Like I mean, there's teammates and there's teammates.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Because he can't listen in the car anymore.
Well, he could.
In the traditional
terrestrial way. Now, let me ask you a question.
Life's about choices, Peter. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you make a bad one every morning. Now, Dave, no offense, Dave. Now, Dave, real quick.
I don't understand. It's my show.
Wait. Dave, hold on. Did anything cross your mind? Did it cross your mind to ask your partner, Rick, that with his fakakta supposed friendship with Michael Kay, he didn't make the trip for the birthday party?
Oh, yeah.
What did he say?
Yeah. It was his wife's birthday. It was his mom's birthday. Everybody under the sun was having a birthday. And I even responded. I said, I don't understand. If you're as close to Michael as you claim to be, you would have been at a big event for him. And I wouldn't miss my wife's birthday for anybody, for anything.
Oh, no, well, she was invited. We did get a +1.
Yeah, she was invited. And that's listen, it's not like it was a big birthday for her. You could have easily gone out on Monday night and celebrated her birthday.
If for your best friend.
Or done brunch on Sunday or dinner on Saturday. I think he was way off base. By the way, how about a little thank you from any of you guys? The only person from the station that was at the 65th extravaganza for Michael Kay was me.
I got
me.
The reason you didn't hear, I'm sad about it. I'm legitimately upset I couldn't do it. I got back from Saudi Arabia too close to it. I tried. It just didn't happen. So I felt jealous. Now, how was it? Can you take us inside? How was the event?
It was fun. Listen, it wasn't like a big fancy party. It was a relaxed, socialization with people who were very nice. That's what it was. I chatted with Aaron Boone a little bit.
How about
that? Chatted with David Cohen a little bit.
Coney.
Met Mike Breen. Had never met Mike Breen before.
You never met the Breenster.
No, I never met Breen because I don't want to. I've seen him around the garden. I never would be like, "Hey, Mike."
What about me, Paulie O'Neill? Was I there?
Paul O'Neill was not there.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
He was not there.
He was probably
Paul wasn't there either.
Whatever. All right. Well, thank you for that information, Dave. And I appreciate you representing the station. I think it's wrong what happened. That there wasn't more representation.
With Rick.
Particularly with Rick.
Specifically with Rick. Right.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to claim best friendship with someone, I think you have to go.
Well, that's the thing. Don has a built-in excuse. He's far away, and we know Don and parties. It's not his number one priority.
Don't spin it. And
Don would have been great.
It would have been nice.
I was on my flight to Ottawa. I was texting with Dave. Did you take up any of my ideas for a gift?
Not only did I pick up any of your ideas, I picked up that very idea.
All right, cool.
He gave me a idea for a bottle of wine, which I went to the liquor store, asked for that specific bottle of wine.
Wow.
Brought it to Michael for his birthday.
And he was happy?
I don't know. You left it on the gift table.
I got to tell you, I got real issues with the adult gift thing because it's kind of like, let's be honest, Dave, it's kind of like you're just throwing money in the garbage. Like you're buying it so you can say that you did it and you did the polite thing. He doesn't care. You're not getting a note. There's no thought about it. That's for him
to choose what he wants to do. I did what I thought was the right thing.
Over the age of 12, once the bar mitzvah passes, you don't need a gift anymore. For a birthday?
Peter, if you were to have a 50th birthday in a couple of years, right?
Yeah.
And you invited me and I was there, I would get you a gift.
Oh, I appreciate that, but I think I would say no gift.
I think that was nice of Dave to do that. So, well, I wish I could have gone. Unfortunately, I had plans that day, and I wasn't able to make it. And we had nobody to watch the kids. So
I understand.
Hopefully he understands. I don't need you to understand. I need Michael to understand.
Yeah. And what did he tell you? Did he tell you understood?
Have you talked to him?
Yeah.
I texted him the day of his birthday. I said, "Happy birthday. Sorry I couldn't make the party." And he said, "Thanks. You missed a good party."
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's all true. Yeah. Right. It was a fun time, and they had all like childlike foods that Michael eats. They had like little chicken parm heroes.
Oh,
and,
beautiful.
Like pizza, and there was a woman walking around with just a big cup of bacon.
Oh,
it was wild, like little mini burgers, and there was crab cakes. Yeah, it was right in the wheelhouse of one.
The crab cake's the one thing he wouldn't eat, but it's nice that they had it like a 5-year-old. It's like a Chuck E. Cheese menu for Michael.
Yeah.
Yes, it's exactly like that. Yeah, it was like an arcade kind of a party. Yeah.
Well, Dave, thank you. I apologize again for not including you, and I'll make sure if I have any other giant lists, I will have you on it. Okay.
That was the one, Don. No, I don't need
no
to be
more.
invited
That was it.
All of the Giants list. That was the one. If I was ever going to be invited into your bosom for one list, that was the bosom-worthy list.
Maybe for his 68th birthday, we'll do top 5 arrests.
Oh,
I don't want to be involved in that.
Okay, all right. Take care, buddy.
All right. Bye, bye, guys.
That is the grade, and I'm not exaggerating when I say great.
Pound for pound, the best.
Dave Rothenberg, pound for pound, the best host on this radio station. Let's get back to the phone calls. Glenn in Smithtown. You're on ESPN New York. Hi, Glenn.
Hey, guys. Hey, Don. Hey, Alan. How are you?
What's up?
Let's talk about the Islanders, but I want to give my take on the Rangers.
Yeah.
3 years ago, the New York Rangers traded for the greatest American hockey player in the NHL history, Patrick Kane, and they gave up a second and a fourth-round pick. And that was because Patrick Kane said, I only want to go to the Rangers.
Right.
So when Artemi Panarin says, I'm only going to sign with the Kings, and they get back a the top prospect in L.A., who was a former number 1 pick, and a third pick, they actually did better than the Blackhawks did for Patrick Kane. So I don't get the disappointment, the anger at Chris Drury on this particular trade because of the scenario and what was going on in Panarin's mind.
Because they're just mad,
Panarin-
Glenn. And they have right to be mad because it's all falling apart, but they want to put a face to their anger, and they're blaming Chris. But I'm with you. Now, what was your Islander point? Because that's a great story, man. It was 16 goals now for Schefter. That was a great win against the Penguins last night.
17?
It was an incredible game. They are resilient. My couple questions on him would be, first of all, J.G. Pajot and Anders Lee. I think Anders Lee is going to come back on a team-friendly deal next year. What do you do about Pajot? Because he is a free agent. He will bring some value at the deadline, the way he plays center, the way he kills penalties, the way he wins faceoffs. And then, two, I don't want to go out and get a guy like Stamkos because of how much you have to give up, and I don't want to give up my prospects. What kind of player can we get? Some guy that can play on the power play, that can put the puck in the net, because that's what really the only thing this team is missing is a power play guy. I mean, they're losing games because their power play is just so
Yeah, the power
terrible.
play has been completely anemic. But I know Pajot can get a return, but Allen, a guy that wins faceoffs, he's experienced. I think I can find a way to have him fit on a team that can really, I'm not going to say make a run, but if they match up with Pittsburgh in the first round, they can get out of the second round and dance with Carolina in round two. Listen, you want to try to find somebody to help on the power play, but I don't know if I'm trading Pajot. Even if I lose him as a free agent, I think I want him on this team.
I completely agree. You want to have especially as you know, Don, in the playoffs, how important it is to win faceoffs. So, and Pajot's been a big goal scorer. He's been a big moment guy. So, yeah, I'm not big on that, but they really do need somebody that can put the puck in the net in the top six, and especially on the power play. They really don't have a killer. Palmieri, what a huge loss, as we know that is. They got to find somebody, but I wouldn't do it at the expense of that. And are they a team that can make a run this year, or are they maybe a year away? That's another decision you have to make. Look around the league, and where do you think you measure up? Because, in Washington, they didn't look like they had it. But last night, they looked like they could be that kind of a team. Because that game felt over for a minute. And they made that comeback was pretty special.
No, that was
Did
good.
you see the bird, by the way? This is going to become a thing, the rally bird.
Oh, see, it's always something.
Horvat scores a goal, or actually makes a pass. I think it was the pass for a goal. Goes behind the net, and there was a bird somehow in UBS.
A bird loose.
Yeah, right. And it was on the glass, and I think he almost hit the bird. And the bird was on the ice for a minute, and he flew. They capture the bird, they get him outside, they set him free. So I'm thinking that's, every team has that rally song. Skinner's Free Bird has to be the song now for the season, right?
Or something with Bird. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because that kind of was when the rally happened. So
There's a bird now loose. There's a bird loose in the mall.
Super Bowl week.
Yeah.
No, but I'm not messing. No Josh Hart tonight for the Knicks.
That sucks.
Second of back-to-backs, too.
Well, he hurt his ankle last night, which is, again, when you play in the Wizards and you're just trying to get through a 30-point win, you don't want anybody to get damaged at all. That didn't look too serious, but it is a back-to-back. They're holding him out tonight. You got two big games this weekend, too, Detroit and Boston. So, but, they're going to miss him tonight. He's played very well during this stretch, during this winning streak. So that's not great tonight, taking on a team like the Denver Nuggets.
All right, more of your calls at 1-800-919-3776. Also, we'll have ENN at 6 and the Knicks basketball at 6:30 on ESPN New York.
It's Chuck Devine with SnowCountry.com. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Our Snow Country crew spent the last few days in New Hampshire's White Mountains with soft, squeaky pack powder at every turn. Groom trails in terrific shape, whether you're up north or you're close to home at Shawnee and Camelback in the Poconos or Mountain Creek, New Jersey. They're all at or near 100% day and night. Mountain Creek loaded with terrain park features on their South Peak. Thunder Ridge and Mount Peter both 100% day and night with pack powder close to home. Wyndham has the steep groomers by their high-speed 6-pack chair, and Bel Air 60 trails cover 20 miles with pack powder. Southington, Sundown, and Mohawk all 100% day and night in Connecticut. Same for Jiminy Peak in the Berkshires, both Jiminy and Butternut with 14 miles of trails. Killington explores 70 miles on 6 big mountains in Vermont. Smuggler's Notch loaded with cruisers, steeps, glades, and moguls.
You don't just ski or ride, you dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
Hi, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I've talked about how a construction accident took my father's leg. The heavy prosthetic he wore looked nothing like the high-tech limbs we have today. It was crude wood and metal, held together by bolts that dug into his skin and left painful ulcers. But the thing I remember about my dad is how he never complained. He put on his prosthetic leg and he went to work. He coached my baseball teams, danced, sang karaoke, and even loved to travel. He may have limped, but he always held his head up high and he lived with dignity. At D'Agostino & Associates, I spent over 35 years building a law firm that helps accident victims and those in need of their Social Security disability benefits. We fight till our clients get the money and dignity they deserve. So call us today at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. So don't tell me personal injuries aren't personal. I know what they can cost a family. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
Benjamin Franklin, sir, I've just received news.
Speak.
They're multiplying you.
Multiplying me?
Yes, many times.
Multiple Benjamins?
Shall I stop it?
No.
Multiply your Benjamins with New York Lottery's Extra Multiplier Scratch-Off games. Play for the chance to multiply your winnings up to 100 times. Prizes up to $3 million.
I've won! I've multiplied myself!
We won! Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Knicks fans, it's time for basketball. The action starts tonight at Pig Beach with Team ESPN New York and Ultra. Whether you need a pregame spot or you're looking for the right Knicks bar to watch the game versus the Nuggets, Pig Beach is your destination. The party tips off at 7 p.m. Team ESPN will be giving away plenty of ESPN, Ultra, and Knicks prizes. Join fellow Knicks fans tonight at 3537 36th Street, ground floor in Astoria. Cheer on your Knicks, enjoy Ultra draft and bottle specials and cool prizes all game long at Pig Beach in Astoria.
Now it's time for traffic and Susie Cerrone.
Thanks, guys. Really heavy delays on the Cross Bronx westbound to the outbound, George, because underneath the apartments to the upper deck, you've got a stalled tractor trailer blocking the right lane. Outbound Lincoln or Holland better at 20 minutes apiece. Crash on the belt westbound at Erskine Street. Still 2 lanes out westbound. You're backed up from Springfield Boulevard. Crash in White Plains, 287 westbound at exit 6. You're backed up from 9A for 684. May just want to stick with Westchester Avenue westbound as an alternate. And this report is sponsored by Unbound.org. A girl in Kenya dreams of becoming a doctor. Reach out, change her world. It'll change your own. Unbound.org. I'm Susie Cerrone for 880 ESPN New York.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Access to education changes lives. That's why National University provides flexible online and hybrid programs from associate to doctorate degrees. Since 1971, NU was built to serve non-traditional working and military learners nationwide. NU understands the demands of work, family, and service. Each year, more than 130,000 learners trust National University to move forward. Visit nu.edu to learn more.
Well, there you go, Alan.
I like it.
You hear this blaring after a big goal at UBS in the postseason?
Oh, that sounds good.
I made the Maxine Nightingale song work. That was something Rick and I talked about. Rick hated it. I would keep playing it because it was from Slapshot. And it was years ago. The Islanders went on like a little run, nothing crazy, but they went on a little run, and I would have them play that, and Rick was like, "Stop! No, don't make this a thing," and it became a thing that the Islanders play that song after wins.
And Team USA picked it up. They're going to be using it.
And the Freebird was something that they used in the Four Nations last year, Team USA. But I just think you got the bird. They call it a rally bird. It just happened last night. It led to a big 2 points. I know you still gave the Pens one, but still, let's see if that becomes the new song there at UBS.
Looks like Peter's Mike didn't enjoy the conversation about Freebird because
doesn't hate Freebird.
That's not good.
But the mic.
Well,
listen, I move, I change where I feel like sitting. So then you move the mic, and then
That was like my mic in the last segment.
Did you have that happening?
No, but it was like that.
Yeah, you laid out. Is everything all right?
Everything's great.
It was almost like Michael called. You know when Michael's in, all of a sudden Alan gets conspicuously silent?
Yeah.
It was almost the same with Dave.
It was a conversation about Michael, though. At the end. That's when he checked.
No, he was out from the very beginning. He was not on board with Dave calling it.
It was a lot. My opinion.
A
It was
lot.
All right.
It was like Don with Booger early in the season. I'm good.
This is unfortunately
Now,
a revealing moment.
Come on, it didn't feel like a lot. Like he called in, he wasn't happy not being part of the LT list. Okay, like that's great, but it's 5:00. We got stuff to get to.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Oh, I see.
That's all.
We're playing that game.
He's playing.
I'm just saying.
Now he's clock watching.
All right,
what am I doing?
Top story of the day.
What am I
Get to
doing?
the top story, folks.
What am I doing,
Mr.
Peter?
Program Director, what exactly were you chomping at the bit to talk about at 5
Nothing.
o'clock?
No. It was very entertaining. It wasn't for me.
If you'd like to hear Alan give Dave the cold shoulder at 9 tomorrow, tune in.
Wow, this is
Don.
I am not going to give Dave the cold shoulder.
No, you're
that
just
was
gonna
not
say
his
he's not your cup of
control.
tea.
It just was, you know.
You're good.
Yeah,
He's
You're
all
good
set.
on Dave.
He's all set.
You're all set.
No. I didn't say I'm good on Dave. It's just it was a lot.
We have yo-yos who could be screaming about the Panarin trade to
It
get
went-
you, for God's sake.
See again, now you're going
Bird
to
at
play the
UBS.
game of what's better.
Frank
what
Reich,
was better
OC.
than this?
That's what I'm saying. What exactly?
No, he said Alan,
That's what you're doing. What you're going to do the whole. Well, what else is better than this? And my answer would be pretty much anything.
Oh my God! He
So
said let's get our morning guy off the air to talk about an interpersonal thing. We got to talk about this bird at UBS right now.
Well, the bird's a very important
You
thing
know
to
what?
me right now, right?
I would not be nearly as shocked.
Yeah.
If I didn't think that Alan was dead serious.
Oh no, he is. You
he's
could hear
never
it.
been more
The
serious.
silence was deafening.
The Devils made a trade there, Donnie.
Here we go.
Bukestad from St. Louis.
You know,
So it looks like they're going to try to hang in.
That's not nothing.
Well, anything. They can't score.
No.
142 goals. That's tied for 29th. Only the
Another reminder that in these sports, basically everything but football, the season is just a decade long.
Yeah,
I mean, we were living in a time where the Devils, where Don was the good luck charm, and the Devils, all they did was win, 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 no matter what.
Yep.
And now
That felt like 2 years ago.
That
was Don's first season.
Exactly. And now we're in a whole different season altogether, and they're fighting to stay above 500.
And it was the first, I shouldn't say first time that they were, the game was over and there were still like 6 minutes left. But we're kind of doing a talk show at the end of the game just about it's not good. And the fans all want us to tear them apart and all that. No, just be fair. Like, you can't be talking about the playoffs when you can't score goals. They've got to fix the glitch here.
Right.
Fix
exactly.
it. And then we can have a conversation about what needs to happen for them to be able to make the playoffs.
Why do the fans always, and let me speak on this, because you guys are a little bit compromised. Because why do the fans always want the local commentary team who's working in conjunction with, if not directly for the franchise, to rip them during game broadcasts? Now, I understand they don't want you jumping up waving pom-poms. Sure. But why do they always... It's like, I want to know, do these people show up to their jobs, those same people? Do they walk into work every day and just grab a megaphone and go, I think it's about time we talk about some of the shortcomings here. Everyone, come on in. Come on in. I'm not pleased with some of the ways this business is operating. I don't understand it.
Yeah, that's what I always wondered too, right? Are you the type of person that when you go to work each morning, you're calling out the boss?
Yeah, you don't just
every
do your
day.
best. Alan, you don't just do your best to try to do your job and control what you can control.
Yeah.
You want to call out everything. Like, I just don't understand why there's this disconnect. And again, I see why they don't want a play-by-play or color commentator guy who literally makes it sound like the team is great even when they're getting killed. I am sure that's not what you guys are doing with the Devils broadcast. I'm sure you're calling it straight.
But by the way, and I'll speak for you, Don,
Yes.
because I consume a lot of Devils broadcasts thanks to Gracie and her fandom. But you hear it. I think that Dano and Bryce do a great job pointing out things and giving that type of constructive criticism that is proper of former players who know what they're looking at. It's very fair. You hear the disappointment and disdain in the voice. And, Don, that's not your job. Your job is to call what you see and what's happening. Their job is to let you know what worked, what didn't work, and why. All that's where it's supposed to be. That is not the place for the commentary to start tearing the franchise to shreds. That's not how it works.
No, but there is pointing out the flaws. But
which I think everyone does. I would tell you, Don, like, I don't hear the sugarcoating. And by the way, there's a lot of people, you're in New York and you only listen to the local broadcast of your team, and I understand it. But a lot of us do get exposed to the regional broadcasts of several other teams. And I'm telling you, there are times I listen to a game if I'm watching one back, whether it's on League Pass or any of these other center ice, and you listen to the broadcast, you're like, oh my God. Like, I can't say what I want to say there, but you know what I mean. It's like just like it's a little too. It's a bit much.
No, I just think you just be fair.
It feels like a gentle massage all the time.
And the fact is, they lost the game 3-0. That Ken Danico said it was a must-win before the game started.
Yep.
So we can't hide that. We brought it back and say, all right, where do we go from here? Because they didn't win. And I even said it to Kenny in the beginning of the game. I'm like, when you throw out must win, it's always difficult to throw that out because where do you go when you don't win the game? And they not only didn't win the game, they didn't score. So now it's about a conversation of now we have to fix this. It's not about, hey, the Islanders, if they do this or the Devils win this amount of games. No. It's one game at a time and fix it. And they got a game tomorrow against those Islanders. And then it'll be 3 weeks off to kind of just assess exactly what the Devils are going to do moving forward. Now, Jimmy in Montclair's got a bit of a dilemma.
All right.
Dilemma.
Jimmy, let's help you out, man. What do you got?
All righty. So, love the show as always, guys.
Thank you.
My sister's a diehard Seahawks fan.
Okay.
My girlfriend's a diehard Patriots fan. What do I do when it comes to Sunday? Where do I watch the game?
I think it's a very, very obvious answer, right, guys? You got to go with the girlfriend, no?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, are you serious
Okay.
with this girl?
Yeah, of course. It's been over 3 years already.
All right.
Is she into it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm a diehard Giants fan, season ticket holder. We went last year to the game in Germany. We went to the game in London. So I'm
you're
kind
all
of,
in.
Yeah, of course. And what do you call it? But at the same time, it's family, and obviously.
Hang on a second. But here's the question, though. 3 years, right? 3 years. She's got blood in the ground.
I know what you're going to say.
She's got blood in the ground.
Yeah.
It's 3 years. All right? Now, sometimes that kind of relationship can become family. Are we trying to nurture this?
Yeah, right.
Are we trying to make this to a point where she's family now, too?
Oh, I already brought the engagement ring.
Oh, well, then what
are we doing?
Jimmy,
What are we doing?
Jimmy, I'm actually concerned you asked.
Yeah.
I'm a little
worried.
concerned you asked.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't. Well,
Come on.
If I were in your family, I would tell you, get out, take her. Get out of here.
Sister, immediate family, that's unconditional love.
Right.
She is going to love you forever because you are connected by blood.
Unending.
But your girlfriend, who you are now engaged to, you bought the ring. That's conditional love, man. That has to be nurtured. That has to be taken care of. That may not be forever if you screw up and decide to go root for the Seahawks and hang out with your sister instead of her.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
I think we fixed this problem.
I think we saved a relationship today. I think Jimmy the Yo-Yo was going to go hang with his sister.
Here we go. You call Monday. I want to hear from her.
Oh, my God. How was it even a thought?
I don't think it was.
Even his sister would be like, what the hell are you doing here?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You'd look like, what are you doing? Get out of here. Where is she?
Well, and you can't. They can't. There's no combination option.
Well, I was going there next. I'm wondering, was that awkward to say, why can't she just why can't everybody all be 3 years? I'm sure they've met her.
Yeah, this seems like there's
maybe they don't like her.
A multitude of scenarios.
I don't. You know what? I hate to say this, but it doesn't sound like it's going to work.
Well, you're out.
Let's go to Dave in Nyack. You're on ESPN New York. Hi, Dave.
Hey, guys. How are you? Love the show.
Yeah, man, what's up?
So my question to you was just not getting to either side politically, just this halftime show this year. I think it's just causing crazy uproar with all the, political stuff going down, whatever side you hold. Why couldn't it? My personal opinion is that sports and politics just shouldn't mix, meaning it's great, keep politics as sports. Why is the NFL getting all into this?
But why is having Bad Bunny a political statement by the NFL? He's one of the hottest acts out there. Just won a Grammy. Why is it political? Because he has political leanings. Everybody has political leanings. Is it a political statement that Bad Bunny's performing at the halftime?
They're saying that he's going to maybe be doing stuff, and I don't want to get into all details.
Yeah, but that hasn't. But I think that's probably a more relevant conversation after the fact.
Yeah, we don't know he's going to say anything.
Like if he makes it very political, then I think it's a conversation. Until then, I don't think it's actually a political issue. I just think people are making it that because you have people who are closer to one side saying we don't want him. And you have people closer to another side saying, why not?
And you know what? And Dave, let me ask you, the 32 owners, where do you think they lean?
Right. That's a good point.
They just want to make the most money possible.
Well, that's the end. But politically, they're probably more right-leaning. I don't think any of them even know who Bad Bunny is. But the NFL's like, he's hot. He's going to get a lot of attention. Now, if he makes some sort of statement like he did during the Grammys, maybe people might get in an uproar about it, but on the surface, it's just the NFL making a business decision, going out and getting one of the hottest acts. I don't think it had anything to do with being
one of the
political.
biggest names with a huge following, all those things. I mean,
his numbers are astounding.
You can't deny that. That's all.
And let's face
it. I don't know if we were that was Booger. Booger was the one that kind of sparked that, right? None of us were surprised by it. Booger was the one that's sort of like, I don't know, I'm not going to know what he's saying. Like Booger was just being honest. And there's a lot of us, again, and I try to tell people this, not everything is geared for you in the world. You have to understand that there's going to be some things that aren't for you. And you just have to accept it.
It's a great point, Alan, because...
And walk away. Move on if you don't like it.
And the fact of the matter is this. No matter what your liking of music is, like Don loves Metallica. If they trotted out Metallica, my guess is Metallica might be even more niche than Bad Bunny. It wouldn't garner the same conversation because they speak English. But in terms of gigantic audience reached, it probably would be more niche. To Alan's point, someone's going to be disinterested every time.
Yeah, every year.
It's just how it is. So
not even someone. There's a large group of people will say, I don't want this. Why are we doing this? It's because not everything is for you. Not everything is.
If you're going to take the political angle, there has to be a motivation.
Oh, yeah.
So if the NFL decided to have a conservative artist that's a known Republican, then you could say, well, there must be some agenda behind this because most of the owners are probably leaning that way. The fact that they went with an artist that isn't their political belief tells you that this is all about the attention and the money and the ratings that it's going to garner. I mean, I wish we'd see more of that in the world where it's
That's a good point.
That's not exactly my cup of tea. He doesn't believe what I believe, but you know what? I want him at my halftime show.
Oh, and by the way, the NFL wants to be in South America, in Spain. They want to be international, and he's probably the biggest international artist in the world. So it's kind of easy to figure out in that way.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about the business. It's not political. Well, Alan, we're going to say goodbye to you. I know you've got work to do. Knicks Nuggets on MSG tonight. So have a great broadcast.
So
Can't
long,
wait to
friend.
talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you, boys. See you tomorrow.
All right, that's Alan Hahn, Peter, and I the rest of the way. 1-800-919-3776.
Maybe bring
ENN at 6.
Maybe bring in Dave Rothenberg to close out and fill in for Alan.
Well, it depends on what we're talking about, right? So if we talk Islanders hockey with Alan gone, should we include Rick? If we talk Yankees for some reason, should we bring Michael into the conversation?
I just meant to troll Alan because there's obviously an issue there. That was troubling.
That was revealing.
Like it spoke volumes.
I'll tell you what, I think there's more there than between you and Kay. That was completely fabricated.
Right.
This seems genuine.
There might be some meat in that bun.
I think people at the Rock tomorrow when I'm doing Devil's Islander should be coming up to me and asking me what's going on with Rick and Alan.
Exactly. No beautiful birthday tribute coming between them.
It's a thing.
A lot to get into.
Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
March the 20th of 2026, there's one place to be. And that place is Pickleball Heaven. Pickleball Heaven. It's a pickleball facility, massive facility in Medford, New York. We're going to do the show there that day from 6 to 10. Then there's a tournament. And then after we win the tournament, Rick, we'll stay and watch some basketball with the people. Now, the worst part of all this is the name. Listen, I got to participate in Rickleball Madness. What do you want from me?
You're a teammate of Rickleball.
Yeah, right. You're part of the event. You're the co-headliner. If my name was Dave Pickleball, it would still be Rickleball Madness.
I think that's accurate.
I don't want this kind of pressure. I would prefer it be named after you.
No, you don't. You want all the shine.
No, I don't. Call whatever you want.
Dave's Pickleball Extravaganza.
Sorry, Dave. We're still calling it Rickleball Madness. And it's Friday, March 20th at Pickleball Heaven in Medford, New York. More details coming soon with DiPietro and Rothenberg on ESPN New York.
Wild Turkey Bourbon and ESPN New York are bringing you the ultimate New York game day. 2 games, 1 damn day. We're kicking things off on Saturday at Cappy's on 670 Merrick Road in Lynbrook, starting at 1 p.m. Stop by for Wild Turkey tastings, exclusive giveaways, and your chance to win an epic New York sports experience. Opening day energy in the Bronx, Knicks at night vibes, all in one unforgettable day. So grab your crew and experience Wild Turkey at Cappy's in Lynbrook this Saturday. Must be 21 or older. Drink responsibly.
Last call for football, and all week long, FanDuel is giving you a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% profit boost is on the receiving markets. Receiving yards over under, all receiving yards, and most receiving yards. Will Seattle continue to get JSN the ball? Can Stephon Diggs find room to work? All you have to do is opt in each day and place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. Whether you're locking in early lines, riding your favorite props, or taking one last swing before the final whistle, FanDuel is giving everyone something extra to cheer for during football's final week. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issue as non-withdrawable profit boost token. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Start with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-783-8822. That's 800-783-8822. Again, that's 800-783-8822.
NBA fans don't just watch the game, they live it. So stream like you're courtside with NBA League Pass, your ticket to all the action. Watch your favorite team shine and catch the league's brightest stars and rising stars at the same time with multi-view on your favorite devices. From the plays you can't believe to the most live games and the drama that comes with it. If it happens on the court, it's happening on NBA League Pass.
Only select out-of-market games available. Blackout restrictions apply. Additional charges and other conditions may apply. Visit NBA.com/subscriber agreement for full terms and conditions.
Hell yeah.
What is this, Peter? You said hell yeah.
No. For your ace.
I feel like I should know this. Oh, it's Alice.
You're hurting me.
Please.
I don't know how much of a deep dive you've taken into Alice Cooper's music.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Do yourself a favor.
Yeah?
Yeah, get like Welcome to My Nightmare is a nice place to start.
I love you.
It doesn't sound like a nice place to start.
The album's it's good.
No, just name-wise.
You know the song, right?
Welcome to My Nightmare?
My Nightmare. It's one of his bigger songs. Well, You and Me is probably his biggest song. You know that song, right? You and me ain't no movie star. What we are is what we are.
Do you think I know it?
Yeah, because I'm sure you've been in a pharmacy.
I love pharmacy.
You know, looking for some Mucinex, and then you
Right.
heard that. No, because that's what's crazy. Like, he's a hard rock guy. He's Alice Cooper, and it's go punch it up. I'm sorry for the YouTube people. What am I going to tell you? You and Me, Alice Cooper. You've heard it's like on Light FM. You've heard it on an elevator.
I confirm no. School's out.
You don't like School's Out?
Sure, I like School's Out.
Oh, okay.
I have the 45. According to
You're going up an elevator at a Hilton. You don't know it?
I'm listening. Hold on, you two people. I'm listening. No, not ringing a bell.
Monster hit for him. I think it was his big.
It is interesting that he makes songs that sound like this.
You know, because there was a time.
Because I think of more, Feed My Frankenstein. But I only think of that because of Wayne's World.
I got you under my wheels. He's got a lot of great tunes. But the thing about Alice, and even music back in the day.
Is
like,
why is his name Alice?
You could
and he's a man?
be, well, it was the name of the band.
It was Alice Cooper.
Was Alice Cooper. And then he just became Alice Cooper.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
But, like, he didn't think, like, he played whatever he felt. Like, we didn't get into that whole, I'm a metal band, so everything's got to rock and everything's got to sound a certain way. Like, he just was very eclectic. He did a lot of different things. 1-800-919-3776. Let's go to Paul in Flushing. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Paul?
Hey, guys. Thank you for taking the call. Listen, I just wanted to talk about the Panarin trade.
Yes.
And ask my fellow Ranger fans, take a deep breath, let it out. This kid is really good, Donnie. I'm a big hockey fan. I remember his draft year and hoping that the Rangers would take him.
Okay.
Before the bid, but he was plucked out at 26, so we settled for E.J. Emery, who's a really good defenseman. Anyway, this kid is going to grow into, if he's not already grown into, the man strength on him is going to be amazing. He's 6'3", he's 210 pounds. He's putting up nice numbers. I get it, in the OHL. It's a long way from Tipperary, you know. But I think there's a lot of promise there. And I'm thinking about the fact we don't have really a power forward along the lines of like what Chris Kreider used to give us. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I think this kid could probably fill those skates at some point.
I think people don't know him, but you're right. That's a first round pick that's tearing it up in the O. But again, OHL numbers, what are they going to translate to the NHL? I get the anger from Ranger fans, Paul, but I like your attitude because they didn't get it nothing. They got something that can turn out to be a big player. Like I mentioned, when the Rangers traded Scott Gomez, they got Ryan McDonough. He was a prospect at the time in the Montreal organization. He ends up being the captain of the Rangers and becomes a significant piece to a team that made a run at a championship. Hit the post in Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final, remember? So let's just see how this all works itself out. Let's go to CJ in Parsippany. You're on ESPN New York.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up?
So I know you're not a political show, so I'm not going to get too much into that. And I did get into my car as you guys were ending the conversation about Bad Bunny.
Right.
But I think it's interesting they chose him, considering everything that's going on in society. And I also think it's interesting how the NFL treated Kaepernick when he was trying to speak out on things going on in society. And I'm curious if Bad Bunny was chosen for that reason, or if he was literally just because the famous person.
Do you mean sort of like you wonder if it's a make good?
A make good, right.
Or just like oh, wow, we kind of recognize what's going on in the world, and maybe we want to be on the right side of it this time.
Well, remember though, when they
form of protest.
I love the idea that you're suggesting. However, when they made the call, while it was still, it's several months back now, 3-4 months ago.
Right.
While it was still certainly timely, it wasn't timely to the point that it is now. So it's kind of like, it's interesting how things have gone now, to your point. What's the name?
CJ,
it's interesting to your point, though, that things have now gotten so ramped up where Bad Bunny's presence means even more than it meant previously.
You know, and this is coming off the Grammys where he made, statements about immigration and all that. But I think we're in a different world than we were when Colin Kaepernick took a knee. And I think the NFL has grown and understands things a little differently now than maybe they did. That was 12 years ago. It was a while ago, right?
And it didn't age great for them.
So I just think they're going with somebody that's gonna move the needle.
Now I will tell you this,
and he will move the needle.
There's a couple of things. Number one, I really wholeheartedly feel strongly about this part of it. Bad Bunny, if you are not a fan of the music, like I feel many people probably weren't a fan, say, of Kendrick last year,
Mm-hmm.
Bad Bunny to me, with the exception of the language part, is going to be much more palatable for people who don't know his music. Meaning, it's not sort of hardcore rap records. It's really fun, up-tempo, dancey, fun music. It's going to be very palatable. On the flip side of that coin, knowing what I know about him, I will be very surprised if he doesn't make some sort of strong statement. So, while I think we should wait and see what happens, I'm just telling you, Don, as Peter, who knows you, and who saw Bad Bunny in San Juan this past summer, I'll be shocked if he doesn't push the envelope. This is a guy
Kendrick certainly did last year.
But Kendrick certainly did too. And guess what? The main thing the NFL likes, and the main thing most of these billionaires who own the teams like, is attention and money and eyeballs. The reason most of them align the way they do politically is not even because of some deep belief system, guys. It's because of tax brackets. So if this leads to dollars, they don't really even care what he's saying.
And where they're getting is, what does the rating matter to the owners? It matters to the network. It's the sponsor. And they're always going to be a slave to the sponsor, right? Like what the sponsor wants, the sponsor gets. And this is what? It's always sponsored by Pepsi, right?
Now it's Apple Music.
Or Apple Music. All right, Apple Music.
They're paying a lot.
And they're paying a lot
of money.
And you know what? Apple Music probably, is going to have a say on something. That's the way it works.
I will say though, I'm very amused by the tweets that I see that get shown to me in the algorithm of people being like, you wait and see what the protest looks like and the way that people turn off the TVs. Okay, pal, I'll be waiting.
Right.
I can't. Monday, let's break it down. I want to see that big number drop off.
And you know what? If that were to happen,
then
the only one that would complain is the network.
Correct.
The NFL's already cashed Apple Music's check, right?
Correct.
The tickets were already sold. Nobody's going to walk.
And what's the number? What we've talked about forever, the level of juggernaut that this thing is. There's just no chance. So I'm very amused by the people who are so excited to go turn it off and watch something else. Go watch in living color.
Right.
Go watch something else. You let me know how it turns out.
ENN is next. Don Anna Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Benjamin Franklin, sir, I've just received news.
Speak.
They're multiplying you.
Multiplying me?
Yes, many times.
Multiple Benjamins?
Shall I stop it?
No.
Multiply your Benjamins with New York Lottery's Extra Multiplier Scratch-Off games. Play for the chance to multiply your winnings up to 100 times. Prizes up to $3 million.
I've won! I've multiplied myself! We won!
Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is making every moment of Super Bowl 60 count with DraftKings Live Millions, featuring over $5 million in prizes. Here's how it works. Open the DraftKings Sportsbook app, opt in, and get your promo token. Place a live bet of $1 or more on the Super Bowl, and you're in. And every live bet means another shot to win. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. Bet live for your share of $5 million in prizes with code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY and 467-369. 21 and over. New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Minimum odds minus 500. Prizes either bonus bets or single use 20% profit boost. Max bet $20 that expire in 30 days. See official rules at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos for entry period and free method of entry. Sponsored by Crown Gaming, Inc.
Now it's time for traffic and Susie Sarone.
Thanks, guys. Well, better news. An accident on the Belt westbound at Erskine Street is gone. The bad news is you're still backed up from Springfield Boulevard. Crash on the Henry Hudson northbound by the George blocking a lane. The stalled tractor trailer on the Cross Bronx westbound to the outbound upper deck of the George is gone. But, of course, the Cross Bronx westbound is still a mess. A stall on Route 18 southbound near Paulus Boulevard somehow has 2 left lanes out and a little north, but a serious car fire has the Newburgh Beacon Bridge westbound shut down in Newburgh. You're backed up from Route 9. That is a huge delay. I'm Susie Sarone for 880 ESPN New York.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
Knicks fans, it's time for basketball. The action starts tonight at Pig Beach with Team ESPN New York and Ultra. Whether you need a pregame spot or you're looking for the right Knicks bar to watch the game versus the Nuggets, Pig Beach is your destination. The party tips off at 7 p.m. Team ESPN will be giving away plenty of ESPN, Ultra, and Knicks prizes. Join fellow Knicks fans tonight at 3537 36th Street, ground floor in Astoria. Cheer on your Knicks, enjoy Ultra draft and bottle specials, and cool prizes all game long at Pig Beach in Astoria.
Time is valuable. That's why Lowe's Blueprint Takeoffs turn blueprints into quotes faster. Bring us your plans, and we'll generate itemized material lists to make quoting easier so you can get back to building. Plus, at the Lowe's Pro Desk, you get access to thousands of building materials not sold in store. And when your order's ready, we'll deliver everything to the job site. Improving is easy at Lowe's.
Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your 6 figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year 1 needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, we've seen it all, and we're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box. Get started at hrblock.com.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN special report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports.
Do what you want. It's ENN.
Oh, don't you know?
Can't you see?
Hey, everyone. Welcome to ENN.
Ray-Ro.
You ever watch YouTube?
Brought to you today by Ramsey Mazda. I'd like to start off this big old ENN by saying good evening to Alan.
Who spoke on the condition of anonymity.
A clean day.
No, when was that from? Was that yesterday?
Last week.
No, last week, yeah.
Who spoke on the condition of anonymity.
Even it was,
the correction's not close.
No,
the correction is like Don. It's like for example, the punter muffs they snap him the ball and he kind of like fumbles with it and you're like, oh, he's not going to get off a very good kick.
Right.
And then he decides to just turn around and kick the ball backwards. That's what the correction here is.
Not good.
First it's a muff, then he kicks it out of bounds.
Who spoke on the condition of anonymity.
I love that.
It's making the tournament.
Oh, that's dance.
I'm telling you right now.
Dance, baby, dance. Now, good evening to Don.
You pooped yourself. That's what you did.
Wow, clean. Really? I thought a lot happened today.
Good evening to me. Tavares Jackson.
Wow.
That's a good post.
Good evening to Britt.
Oh, man.
And to Alice Cooper.
Actually, it's pronounced Milwaukee, which is Algonquin for the good land. I think one of the most interesting aspects of Milwaukee is the fact that it's the only major American city to have ever elected 3 socialist mayors.
Which
we're up to 2 now, though.
Yeah, it's funny that
New York's getting back in the mix.
Yeah.
What a great scene that is, man. Does this guy know how to party or what?
Now, did you know Alice Cooper at all when you saw that movie for the first time?
Well, yeah, because it was post-WrestleMania.
Okay. So you understood the significance of Alice Cooper being in that movie. I don't want to say it legitimized the movie, but that's a big get. That's a huge scene.
I only remembered him really from that. I knew he was a big deal. It didn't mean to me, for example, what it meant to Wayne Campbell in the movie.
So when he did WrestleMania 3, who did you think he was?
A big singer who,
okay.
But keep in mind, I'm 8 at the time. So,
everything's new.
Yeah, I mean, who was anybody at that time?
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
All the wrestlers. I didn't know that half of these wrestlers. And look, now, Anthony, I'm not blue anymore.
Good.
Look what I did.
I go back and forth from being blue on our YouTube and then not being blue. And I don't mean sad, Don. I'm talking about the color. Blue.
No, I saw. It was not great.
I want to hear some of our drops from yesterday. Yesterday was a hell of a... Normally, I find at home we don't get as many drops pulled. But yesterday was a day where we were at different locations. But we had some great moments yesterday.
Yes.
There was fantastic stuff. If you haven't gone back, I strongly recommend it. Here's some.
If he was that bad...
That's
what
making
the
it probably.
Hell? What the hell? Okay.
I love Tyler Hero. He's my guy. It's going to hurt me.
The general public that wants his steak on a head immediately.
Yeah, that was something.
I have a stroke page if you're interested.
If he was that bad...
I don't understand how it happened.
There's got to be
How did it happen?
Something had to have happened.
If he was that bad...
I've never heard.
I'm here with my family.
If he was that bad...
Now, if he had grown up in the South and it slipped because of all the years being up north, you'd understand it, right?
If he was that bad...
Have you ever heard of anybody accidentally speaking in an accent?
Accidentally speaking with an accent. I don't know. Like all of a sudden I just break out a Cuban accent.
Just on accident, just as we're just talking. Like the next sentence, all of a sudden it's...
Yeah, pero Don.
Yeah. What?
Peter, really? I don't know where it came from. I wanted to say but Don, and instead I said pero. It happened. Wow, that's another young guy on TV. This is another guy who looks very young on NFL Network.
Cameron Wolf?
Cameron Wolf, who's on the NFL Network right now. He's another guy, and I say this respectfully just because you're young in the face. We're wearing the suit. It looks like he pulled clothes out of his dad's closet. You know what I mean? Like Josh Baskin and Big. You know where I'm going.
Yes, exactly. That was also a great pull. The full name?
Come on. There was my dear friend Homeboy Sandman on a freestyle that he made for me many years ago had a great line when he said, watching the kid get big faster than Josh Baskin.
That's good.
I enjoyed it. Mike McDonald. You know who he is?
Yes.
Not the singer.
Oh, I think the head coach of your Seattle Seahawks.
This is how you know it's bad, by the way. It's not that Don didn't know. It's that he knew, but he was proud of himself for knowing. And it's the Super Bowl coach. Here's Mike McDonald. Are you trying to avenge the Seahawks Super Bowl 49 loss to the Pats?
No. We haven't talked about it once. And it's not due to a lack of respect for our teams and our history and what we've done in the past, but we're really focused on this game. Like, it's funny, it's like a meme now, but when we say it's about us, it really is. You got to back that up with your actions, and that's how we live it every day. And right now we're focused on how well we can go get ready to go play this game.
Mike McDonald better back that ass up.
Now, why does this feel like? And I think Seattle's going to win the game. I think they're just better. but I would not be surprised if this is one and done for Seattle and New England's completely back. Like, so Seattle wins by a couple of touchdowns. They win the Super Bowl. Next 3-4 years, Seattle is average at best.
You couldn't see it either both ways?
I just feel like New England is on the upswing here.
But isn't that part of it, is that they're New England?
No, I think it's just because they've got the younger quarterback that's learning here on the fly. He's going to get better. We know a little bit more about Vrabel than we do McDonald. Maybe. Listen, I can't completely deny. I'm not saying this is a fluke by Seattle by any stretch of the imagination. But one seems a little bit more sustainable than the other. I mean, where's Buffalo going now? Like Miami, the Jets, they're years away. Buffalo might take a step back now.
Every year we say that.
All right, but now it's starting to feel like it might. Now they fire their coach.
But they'll also
GM
have a new coach.
might be next.
Maybe that's what they need, though.
And then you look at Seattle in their division where, it doesn't feel like San Francisco's going anywhere. It doesn't look like the Rams are going anywhere anytime soon. Like,
I hear what
would you
you're
be
saying.
that surprised if all of a sudden Seattle's 9-8 in the third wild card and New England's, again 14-3 again?
The best thing you have for your argument is that the Patriots are in a division with Miami and the Jets.
Well, I think that's just part of
that's a big part of it. You can assume they're going to be in a good spot to compete for the division. But I'm sorry, no matter what happens in Buffalo, I believe number 17 makes them competitive every year. And I think they'll be fighting next year as well. So now, are you seeing any of the Maxx Crosby rumors? It's picking up a lot of steam here that he's deeply dissatisfied
with the Raiders.
Well,
why wouldn't
the Bears very much want to get into the conversation.
Oh.
Now,
because it got a Khalil Mack feel to it, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, and in terms of the load that it would require, you'd have to. They think 2 first-round draft picks, something in that range, couple of first-rounders and more to get Maxx Crosby. I would love to one day get like the awesome prime front 4 guy traded to my team. You know what I mean? The way the Packers got Parsons last year.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to just get like an immediate, destructive, completely blows teams open, a blows up offensive lines kind of player. I mean, it sucks you have to give up a lot, but Maxx Crosby, dude, you're like, write him down for 14 sacks a year.
Yeah.
It's locked in.
That's
Done
a big deal.
So we'll see. Now, speaking of great players, great athletes, great organizations, the Wizards have acquired Anthony Davis from Dallas. Here's Wendy.
Basically, this was a salary dump, and Washington just couldn't say no to this. And so Washington is just doing something that is hard to do. They're going to be in a tank, and so I expect Anthony Davis to barely play at all this year, like Trae Young is going to play. And then as soon as
Trae Young's going to play at all this year,
they cannot, because their pick is top 8 protected. And as soon as they get that pick top 8 protected, they're going to flip the car around and say, okay, here we go. Let's go next year. We're going to go. Here comes Trae Young. Here comes Anthony Davis. They're going to be magically healthy, and they're going to have a nice high draft pick, and they're going to be ready to go.
Team has been unlocked.
So this is sort of ideal for Washington, and this is kind of what Utah did yesterday. They're going to try to do the same flip as well. They're going to continue tanking and do the flip. That's ideally what you do, and that's what this trade deadline's been about.
What a terrible, terrible team to root for.
Yeah.
Shout out to all my friends from home who root for the Zards.
Do you have?
Oh yeah. I mean, listen. I have one friend who I'd say is a hardcore
right.
And even the ones who love them, they still check out. Like, there's no way to yearly be watching the Wizards hardcore. There's no way. Unless they're winning.
And this is Kwame Brown, right?
No, he hates the Wizards. I don't know. But it's I'm going home this weekend. Part of the plans will not be watching the Zards. I believe I'm watching the Super Bowl. Is this okay with you? I believe I'm watching the Super Bowl with Natalie's close friend and her fiance. It's just the 4 of us at their, well, I guess Maya's there. Just the 5 of us at their apartment.
No, what's the matter with that?
All right.
I said I might end up going. I don't know for sure that I'm going to go to a party, but I would probably go. I'm not fighting it. I don't like what it's become. But
you don't. But so real quick though, just this is the last point I want to make on this. Though you don't like what it's become, and you're good, if your team's not involved in it, it's also not so hardcore an event that you can't watch it with other people.
There is no shot I would go to a Super Bowl party
if it was the Giants.
If the Giants were in it. We've talked about this.
But short of that, or maybe the Jets because you really want to pay attention for work, maybe. But short of that, it's not like you mind having conversation during the game.
Right.
That's all. Like John Winthrop, for example, he literally he won't watch the Super Bowl with people. And to me that blows my mind.
Well, he was telling
you're not
us-
you're a Jets fan. You would think of all people, you want to make the Super Bowl a fun thing. Why do you take it so serious?
I don't get it. He was telling us a story about going out of his way for the Hall of Fame game, which is a preseason game, not involving his team.
Got into a huge fight with his now wife over them being late for the Hall of Fame game, and it was like the Steelers in Baltimore or whoever. It wasn't the Jets.
And what I find interesting about John and Dave, and there's a few other people in my life that are like this. I might have been like this when I was younger, is that they tell that story gleefully. They're proud of it. This is how big a football fan I am. But listen, Michael is as big a baseball fan as I know. But I would never hear stories that Michael, stood a woman up because the Yankees had an exhibition game in a grapefruit league. My friend Mark is a huge, huge baseball fan. Some proud story he'd tell me that the Reds were playing in an exhibition game and missed work. Or let his girlfriend bleed out because the Reds were tied with the Marlins at 4 in the top of the 6th inning of a grapefruit league game. Alan's a huge basketball fan. Is there any story about, why is it with football? And it's told with your chest out oh, man.
And so he said, Sunday, for example, he's not watching with his wife. He's not watching with his kids. I have to tell you guys, I guess maybe I am on the other side. I would be depressed to watch the Super Bowl by myself. Not the championship games. Please, do you guys feel me on this? Chat, you think I'm crazy? The championship games I'm down to watch by myself because it's great football. So I could order some wings by myself. Natalie may not be interested, and I'm just sitting there watching the championship games. But come Super Bowl Sunday, if I don't have a vested interest, which I don't, I kind of like to be social for the Super Bowl. It's become more of a social event than, frankly, a serious football game.
Because what's interesting to me is that you just said something.
I tapped into
the championship games. You might have a dog in the fight in the championship games, but it seems more like football. So you enjoy it because there isn't the pomp and circumstance, the halftime show, all the stuff that comes outside of football, the ancillary stuff. And now an even bigger game with the last two teams. It gets so dummied up that it takes away. If you're willing to sit there by yourself and watch the championship games, then the reason you don't for the Super Bowls, for all the reasons I can't stand it, is it's become a holiday.
Yeah.
And it's taken away from the football.
So this is interesting. An article on Huddle Up Substack, which is Joe Pompliano, about the Super Bowl. He got a look at the Super Bowl, the NFL's documents to get the Super Bowl. Do you want to know some highlights?
Yes.
The NFL gets to use the Super Bowl stadium. Listen to this, Don. Rent-free for 30 days before the game and 24 days after. 54 days of use of the stadium for free. The Super Bowl stadium must have at least 70,000 seats.
I think that's why Jacksonville's out now.
The NFL sets ticket prices and receives 100% ticket revenue.
There you go.
Not the team who owns the stadium in any way. As for ticket allocation, the two participating teams each receive 17.5% of the total tickets available. The host team receives 5%. The 29 other NFL teams each receive 1.2%, and the NFL controls the remaining 25%. The host city must provide the NFL with 3 championship-level 18-hole golf courses and 2 top-quality bowling alleys free of charge for charity events.
Bowling is fun. I'd rather bowl than golf. I went bowling over the weekend. It's fantastic.
The host city must provide the NFL with sales tax exemptions on all revenue generated from ticket sales, parking fees, merchandise, and NFL-related events. 16 months before the Super Bowl, the NFL will send 180 people to the host city for a familiarization trip to inspect the region. The host city must cover all expenses.
No.
This seems like assault.
What does this entail?
And the last one covered by, before I get into the paid place, which I won't. The NFL must be allocated at least 50% of all luxury suites, no less than 70. At least 75% of these suites must be between the end lines, with 30 suites on the press box side and 4 suites at the 50-yard line. Wow. That is crazy, man. 100% of ticket sales and zero taxes paid.
You can't make that.
The NFL is just running roughshod over everybody.
And yet these cities all line up for this.
Because I guess it's still worth it with the amount of people you bring to the city, I guess.
I wonder how many people actually go.
Well, you just heard how many tickets are already spoken for. There's not that many tickets available.
Right. Like when New York had it. Now, New York is a destination all year round. Like, how many more people came to the tri-state area for the Super Bowl than would come on any average weekend?
I know. That's a great question.
I'm sure there was more, but, like, how much more? Now, I still believe, this is another conspiracy theory that I'm very proud of. Whenever I would go to the press box at MetLife, I'd be reminded of this. I think it was the Daily News, one of the newspapers. They blew it up and put it in a frame, walking into the press box at MetLife Stadium, of all the fans jumping up and down when the announcement was made that New York got a Super Bowl. I'm like, why would someone care? Like young girls jumping up and down, like celebrating, their fist pumping. We got.
Man,
I don't get it.
No, it's fake.
It was, they were obviously staged.
Right.
They were fake. Listen, you wouldn't want it unless there was revenue coming. But I just wonder.
I have a comment on Jackson Dart, who's currently on Super Bowl Live on the NFL Network.
Looks like
Jackson. Here's just a tad bit of advice to who seems like a great kid. If you guys just got blown out by the Vikings or whoever it is, don't show up dressed like this to the podium. When you're out here doing media, dress the cool guy nozzle way that you dress to the post-game presser. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So, like, right now, he's not wearing his cool guy glasses or his chains. He's wearing, like, a satin jacket, a black T-shirt, and a Scully. That's the look for post-game when you lost. For media week, you should be decked out. You should be, now, luxury, not head to toe.
Now, in fairness, let's see the next time he's at the podium with John Harbaugh as the head coach.
Could be different.
It might be different. Because there might have been a conversation. Not for nothing. I saw you in some of the post-game press conferences watching the NFL Network when I was in Baltimore. Put the glasses away. Let's clean it up a little bit.
Yeah. No one wants to get cool guy vibes when you just lost. There's just something about it that just doesn't hit.
So that might be the look moving forward. But we'll see.
It's like me looking like blue for the last 15 minutes of the show for no reason. Oh, did I get it back? I think
there is no zero rhyme or reason as to why this is happening.
Yeah, it literally just comes and goes. So there's something up with the
like
iris.
The Blue Man Group.
But it's something with the iris of the camera.
And just yours, by the way.
Right. It
doesn't happen to anybody else.
No, during the day it has to.
No, just
statements being made by that
can't be true. You're telling me Rick, whoever sits in this seat, doesn't also have it happen?
I haven't seen it happen to Bart or Rick.
Well, Bart, there could be complexion reasons why our look isn't the same, and we're not affected by light the same way.
But I understand what you're saying.
Rick too, though.
But the wall turns blue also.
So why would it only be? Yeah, you're right. The wall's turning blue
so
too.
I don't even see that.
Well, this is riveting. I don't want to sound like Alan.
That'll do it for ENN. Brought to you by Ramsey Mazda, folks. Head over to Ramsey Mazda. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
Knicks basketball is next. Talk to you tomorrow at 3.
Most people in radio commercials